Hello, 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 everybody. How we all doing today? I just looked at the view count and I was like, oh,
You
that's not a lot
haven't
of
put your
everybody. They
camera
just
on.
Steve. It's on. You can see my beautiful face. What are you talking about? Ah.
It's not on for us, at least. There we go.
Whenever I open up slobs, it freezes the camera. So.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Wow. As many months as Norway is old. I'm just kidding. That's like 6 years off from the truth. As frozen as my internet connection. Yeah. Steve, how's the move going, buddy? And have you settled in yet? Or are you still in the middle of the transition?
I hear that when they move in New Zealand, they need to have the cables legitimately put in for their internet because it's just a gigantic wilderness. In
Wait,
fact,
is that true?
I heard that if you drive out 2 hours from a city, you just come across places like Rohan.
Oh.
And they're just like in their little huts and they're all like looking at your car like, what the fuck?
I mean, honestly, I could believe that.
I love how Tej just talking
back.
this entire time, just like muted, like.
I did the reverse mute. I muted when I meant to unmute.
I assume you're gonna go grab your food, Tesh? Yeah, okay, cool.
Yep.
That's good. Let me actually ask Brittany something real quick. As you remembered. But anyways, good morning, boys. How are you?
Yeah, I'm alright. How are you?
think you realize
I am great. I am great. I was talking to Britt real quick. I am great. So, are you ready to jump into this awesome moment of awesome
What's
and
happening?
momentness? Nothing. What's happening with you, Captain?
This moment doesn't sound very awesome if nothing's happening.
Oh, there's all sorts of things happening. I just said what's happening.
Phone call.
Oh, you're good.
Timing.
I was like, what's up, Tush? So you have to let us know. What did you get for food?
I got a burger and fries. I got $15 off, so I got a burger and fries.
Nice. I don't eat a lot of red meat, but when I do, I go with a burger and fries. No, jokes aside, like I don't fuck with red meat too much. Just because like forever ago I was like, I had access to a lot of it, being in restaurants or whatever, and I knew like if I go down that rabbit hole, if I have too much bacon, too much red meat, stuff like that, I'm like, this will definitely cause like issues down the line. So I tried to avoid it to a degree, and I'm kind of happy that I did. But I won't lie, like every once in a while I'll do like because especially since it's summertime for me, right? As opposed to winter for you guys, I will absolutely just have like a week where I'm just like, let's do burgers like every day. I'm making all the best life choices. I'm sure you guys have occasionally you'll have a Bobby.
Totally fantastic life choices.
Right? Well, I mean, do you guys in the summertime, I imagine you also go through those cycles where you have like way the fuck more meat than you usually do?
That's every week for me.
Oh.
You forget that like summer is just, we literally have a thing called the democracy dog. You get a sausage sizzle when you go to vote. People have like sausage sizzles going, so you get one for free when you vote usually.
Wait, that's a thing? So hold on, when you go show your patriotism, which you have to by law,
Yes.
you get rewarded for doing your due diligence with a sausage?
It's more that they're always like at the places and they're giving them to you for free. So
I won't lie, that's pretty cool. Now, is this a sausage?
Nice.
Let's just be clear. Is it a sausage or a hot dog? Because there is a distinction.
it's a sausage and bread.
Sausage.
Okay, cool. Because like
And
I don't.
sauce if you like sauce and stuff like that.
I was gonna say because I don't do hot dogs. Like
If you don't want
I'm good.
sauce, I find there's probably a problem.
No, what do you mean by
We're gonna
sauce?
have a problem.
Oh god,
What-
Tex, no. You cannot eat it with no sauce.
I can and do.
That shit is
Oh!
dry as fuck.
Oh,
I don't
There
like
is-
tomato
there is no-
sauce.
Barbecue then.
If they have it, I'll have barbecue. Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go. All right. So you're not saucist then. All right.
No, I'm not.
All right. Good.
what is happening right now? So hold on. What is sauce?
Wow.
Like, we're talking about like either like barbecue sauce or like what would it be for you? Like ketchup and mustard and all that stuff.
Okay, so when you say sauce, it's just like a flat explanation of what you're saying right there. Okay, that's fine. I'm cool with that. I was just like I didn't know if sauce was like a very specific type of dressing, but you're just saying put shit on it.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah, the default is tomato sauce.
Gotcha. Okay, or as we would call it, ketchup.
Sorry.
Obviously you would call it the same thing, but either way, yeah. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Anyways, everything good, Neil?
It's
Should I take that as a yes? No? Someone died?
it's
I make that joke. Okay, I was gonna say I make that joke, but if somebody actually did, I was like anticipating eating my own words right there. I was like, huh!
Weirdly enough, I thought the same thing when you said that.
Like
Um,
Scott,
What
you
if
do not have a
somebody
good
actually
record.
did?
No, it's just because I tested positive last night for COVID.
Yes. Oh,
And
by the way,
for
chat.
some-
Neil has the vid.
for someone in my position, that means that I need to ring a bunch of people and let them all know. So that was
because
my
of how
transplant
important you are.
specialist nurse, and I was like, "Yo, is this gonna have an impact?" So she was just letting me know about that. And now I've also had to call various other people because there's like antiviral treatments available that I'm eligible for because I'm immunocompromised, basically.
Gotcha. Fun. I mean, not really fun, but fun. Either way, are you you're feeling fine? You said though, right? When you were, it's like we only were mildly text messaging via Discord. It's funny.
I've got a sore throat and a little cough. That's kind of it.
All right, good. And I hope your symptoms stay mild. My big thing was the last day of COVID, I got a cough and it held on for like another 5-6 weeks, and that was rough.
It's
That was
probably a
very
chest infection.
I mean, you talking about for me? Oh, it's gone now. Like it's been gone for a while now. But at the time, it was not.
Yeah, it was probably a chest infection. Like, you're getting on a bit, Scott.
Okay. I'm not that old. So that's not how. It's not how it works. I'm not that old. Moving on. So, anyways, the fuck, what was I gonna say to you? So, hold on. I was going somewhere with this. COVID. I don't fucking remember. Oh well. Anything else we should go over? Anybody want to do a quick recap before we dive right back into the session? Tesh is enjoying his sausage no sauce right now. You want to give us a recap there quickly, Viggo? Captain, my captain.
Actually, he's Lieutenant Centurion.
Lieutenant Centurion, my Lieutenant Centurion.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right. We're double recapping this week. Okay. I feel
Double
this is
recap.
a-
Oh yeah.
All right.
Ooh, you're special. All right, cool. Get it done. Do it, you naughty bitch.
I don't mind. I don't
The
really
next
mind. I'm just
advisor
like,
or
where
something
did
to
this
come
come
through.
from?
Can somebody please request that voice?
I wish Ezek Trode had that voice.
All right. Well,
Ezek.
we started off under attack by the skeletons, which kept attacking us because a Minotaur appeared and nearly killed Neil, but he was able to fend it off with help from Galen, putting his pick through its eye. Before I then finished off the 2 skeletons, and then we moved from there into.
Did you say you finished them off like everybody else didn't do the work?
You know, I did the 2 skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I know. You transformed.
I killed 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 2 kills under my belt now.
Yeah, please be quiet during the recap, Scott.
So I will just go.
Thank you, Neil. Somebody's got to look out. So then we went into this open cave area where there was nothing special around. But we noticed that down a little bit of a slope thing, there was an area full of water, which somebody worked out drains during the low tide. We decided to not go down there yet. And we went forward into a trap-laden area where we found a sarcophagus that was broken and had things in it. We don't think it is obviously that Dreyfus. It's not, probably not him. So yeah, that's where we left off. Are you talking, Scott?
What?
I reckon he's talking a string.
Yeah. Oh, Neil, what's going on?
I was saying, may I unmute myself, but you didn't know what I was saying.
Please, please don't make fun of the Union, Scott. We're a lot more powerful than you. Okay, there's many of us, and together, monkey straw. I actually said, Scott, please mute yourself or be quiet during the recap period.
I heard that.
The recap ended.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So then you didn't unmute. Were you trying to make fun of Viggo? Because the recap had ended, right?
A little bit.
I think we're gonna have to have some talks about this actually.
Oh, okay, cool. You go off the rails, and I'm ready to start the session whenever you are.
Rena is not gonna be happy when she hears about this.
Yeah, but is Rena ever happy?
Yes. Distinctly,
sure?
I recall happy emotes when her character's name was changed to Rena.
I don't think did she even notice that?
Yes, it was a distinctly happy emoji.
Gotcha. Because I genuinely didn't recall her doing that, but I'll just believe you. How's that? All right, cool. So do you want to drop you guys back into the map and we'll get the shit going?
Okay.
He's invested. All right, cool.
Tish was the first one to say, okay, he's just eating in the background.
No.
All right, I'll pull you guys over to where you were. Pulling. There we go. So this is where we had left off. Back up this thing a little bit. Oh, chat, just so you can see, I did go ahead and I'm going to do this so everybody can see it. Oh, how do I do this right? Click. I think it's Shift Z. There you go. Here's the artwork for Tristan. Now finally put onto a token. Here's the artwork for Galen. Now put onto a token. And you can't see Viggo because currently he is a big boy. But I won't lie. I love how Galen has that crystal on his shoulder. I think it looks super badass. Like it just makes me happy.
I like how you can just see his butt plugs peeking out of his waist pouch.
That's true, actually. And he has different colors for different occasions.
Why are you like this?
I mean, it wasn't me. It was Neil.
Uh,
Okay. And it's because his mother didn't hug him enough as a child, to answer your question. That's the
wow,
short.
wow. Scott
Yeah.
subscribing to psychosocial theories of psychology right there.
That's right. Absolutely.
He's like,
100%.
"Yep, this boy has an anal fixation. I suspect it's because his mother did not hug him enough."
Either that or his uncle hugged him too hard. Okay, so let's get into the session. So I believe exactly when we left off last time, your characters were literally just approached the thing and made perception checks or what have you to look inside, and you saw a couple of objects inside there. To go into more detail about what those objects were, because obviously you had rolled a very high perception check. You would notice that there was some beat up old clothes. You swear you can see like a glinting happening from inside there. Oh wait, you guys are using dark vision or you guys have light?
I think we're actually using dark vision.
No, and then you would not see any glinting. You would see, the simple shape that looks like it could be a chain or something like that inside there. Maybe for like the chain for like a necklace or what have you. As well as, you believe you see the corner of a bit of metal. It's hard to tell. You think that might be almost like a diadem inside there, or like a headband or the like, as well as the chain to a necklace. Honestly, you're pretty sure you can reach in there with a sleight of hand check. You'd be able to reach in and grab these objects and pull them out. I don't know if any one of you would want to kind of like get on all fours and reach in and try to grab that, or if you're just kind of like, fuck it, and just like start flipping the bits of stone for the broken sarcophagus. Yes.
We actually came up with another idea.
Sure.
We back out of this room and I
sure.
send Virgil in.
Okay, cool.
Make sure it's like not trapped up and like and all that stuff. Because if we set off another one of these traps while we're in the room, it'll end very poorly for us.
Yeah, it might. I could see why you would think that. There we go.
These tokens are awesome, by the way.
They are fantastic. So I believe our plan was we're going to back out of the room around the corner, where like we know the lightning doesn't go further.
Okay.
So it's Roll20 is very laggy right now for me.
Roll20 has been borderline the worst lately.
Yeah. It actually said that Chrome was not a compatible browser when I launched the game. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't believe you.
You see, the thing is that Roll20, they made a mistake when they're coding. So whenever their website wants to do anything, they have to roll to do it. They've got no modifier. So it's just a flat D20. And this is what we end up with.
Explains a lot. Now, what I want to send Virgil in to do is to actually go into the sarcophagus and see if there's like any traps or anything inside. What happens if he disturbs the things that are in there? Stuff like that.
Yep. I'm just going to try to grab a little token to use as Virgil. Give me 1 second.
That's not a good sign. The fact that he needs a
well,
token
because you're exploring, right?
That's true.
Virgil's usually purplish, right? Like a dark and a purplish color?
Yeah. A dark purpley, dark blue.
Okay, cool. So we'll get this guy right here. We'll add a tint to him of like dark gray. Let's have a tint of black. That too dark. I don't want to spend too much time on this.
Little
but
too dark.
that could work. Let me try one more, and then I'm done fiddling. There you go.
Perfect.
All right, cool. So this is going to be Virgil. Virgil doesn't actually have a character sheet, does he? Or does he?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, cool. So here's Virgil. HP. AC. Come on, you fucker. Oh, what's Virgil's vision?
So it's deliberately sighted. It's not a physical sense. organ, but can telepathically sense the environment as well as a creature with normal vision and hearing.
Okay, so that means it can't see. It doesn't have
Darkness
dark vision.
include. This is something I didn't know. Darkness in even supernatural darkness is irrelevant.
Oh, okay, cool.
That
So his
means
vision-
if he's part of my suit, I can see through his eyes.
That,
in
that
supernatural
usually
darkness.
that usually means that sighted usually has a limit of 30 feet, because I know that's how it is for like intelligent magic items.
40.
40 feet is what it says. Okay.
Yep.
I'm getting this put up for you. Get like a purplish hue to it. That should be fun. And
Yeah. It just as a note, psychocrystals still can't discern invisible or ethereal beings. But otherwise, its senses work in supernatural darkness and supernatural silence.
Tesh, can you see the purplish lights that's now coming off of it?
Oh yes, I can. That is very. Oh, I see. So that's 40 feet. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah, 40 feet each direction, correct. Cool. So it's night vision of 40 feet.
Ooh. I'll
And
be able
then
to
I
see
just
through
need to give-
the fog.
In theory, yes.
Oh, this will be interesting.
I'm just going to double check the fog after I'm done making sure that the viewers can also see through Virgil's eyes. Boom. Here we go. Whoa, that's cool. Adding the purple changed the lighting of like some of the stuff on the ground turned green.
Yeah.
Like that was
I
weird.
noticed that
Did you
too.
see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so cool. All right, I'm sorry. That was just that's one of those nifty like lighting effects. All right, cool. Just give me half a tick here. While I double check that, I didn't realize you guys were doing that. But I had that prep for you in advance.
Sorry to mess with you. It was you when you left the call last time. This is what we came up with.
So the fog obscures all sight, including dark vision beyond 5 feet.
Yes, but
It
as
says
as a
all
note-
sight, including dark vision, explicitly.
Okay, it's not dark vision. My Virgil page isn't loading, is it? Because you have it open.
I'm pulling up Psi crystals right now.
I have it copied in on
Sighted.
Virgil's thing.
Although it has no physical sensory organs, it can telepathically sense its surroundings as well as creatures with normal vision and hearing. Darkness, even supernatural darkness, is irrelevant, as are areas of supernatural silence. Though the psi crystal can't discern invisible or ethereal beings, said it ranges 40 feet. So it says darkness is irrelevant, as well as areas of supernatural silence, but I'm not referring to darkness, I'm referring to fog. So
yeah, but
not-
it sees through supernatural darkness.
Yeah, I get that, but logically then as well, it's weird that it's like I can't see through invisibility, but it can see through darkness, which is essentially more or less the same. It's just wonk for balancing.
Yeah, so the whole idea is because if this was a natural fog, I wouldn't argue with you, but it's obviously it's a supernatural fog, right? And it doesn't say anything about through other ways of obscuring sight. It says darkness it can see through, including supernatural darkness, but supernatural silence. But it doesn't say anything about fogs, and it does say invisibility and ethereal doesn't. It can't notice. So
Yeah,
I will. Go ahead, I'm listening.
It's one of those things where it depends on how you sort of see it seeing through telepathy, because it's not.
It rules as written. It says he sees as a normal creature, with the exception of those, right? Rules
Correct.
as intended.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit more, you know what I mean? Like, I agree with you. Like, logically, if he can see through darkness, he can see through fog.
So
But-
what I would say is
Mechanically powerful in it.
because you're
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
telepathically. Because hold on, let me go back to that page. It explicitly says it can telepathically sense its environment as well as creatures, with normal vision and hearing. Right, as a creature with normal vision and hearing. Yeah. So what I would imagine, if you're talking about telepathically, maybe it's because darkness is not matter in the air, whereas fog is matter in the air. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Almost like a
I'll
telepathic
pay that.
sense. But all right, cool. I won't lie, it's really cool looking. I know Tesh, you can see it. You other two have
It
to
is
watch on
very
stream
cool.
to see this. Yeah. So
Pardon me.
you obviously would have instructed for him to. Oh, hello, Steve. Jesus. You obviously would have
Whoa.
instructed for him to go up the center. I have to reset my roll 20. It's starting to lag on me. This has become a
Oh,
thing where I
yeah.
have to reset roll 20 consistently.
It's you know what? I'm just gonna reset mine as well because it is rare as laggy.
Maybe you guys should move to the UK.
No, it's just roll
Oh my
20. I have
God.
0 issues at any other sites.
Oh my
than
god!
this.
Oh, you're moving it as well. That's why it's also lagging.
Yeah.
This
I was getting it up to the correct spot. So it stopped here.
my
Did you
God.
want to send it into that rubble or did you want to send it into the fog?
Yes, but just let me restart.
You go right ahead, sir.
Roll 20 first so that I can.
Like seeing through a sandstorm. Are you telling me, Steve, that Virgil's just like approaching this dais and he can just hear do 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 do
I don't get the reference. I'm sorry, boys.
Darude Sandstorm is it's very, very popular music.
What
back
is
in
it?
the day. Darude Sandstorm.
Oh,
Yes,
sorry.
back in the day.
Probably when
Sorry.
you were young, actually, Scott. You probably would have danced to it.
Darude Sandstorm? Sure. I'll take your word.
Sandstorm.
Sandstorm. I'll take your word for it. I have no idea. Okay, cool. Um,
There we go. It's still a little laggy, but it's better than it was.
okay.
Everyone remembers that song, V-Sword, except Scott, apparently.
So yes,
Which is peculiar.
I'm sending him.
DM me
into
later.
the-
I'll Google it. What's up?
It's a meme. It's a song, but it's a meme. So yes, I'm sending him into the sarcophagus.
Oh,
With
into the
other
sarcophagus. Cool.
Yep.
So it goes crawling around the sarcophagus. You don't need to make any checks. You guys had already succeeded your checks. I was just going to make you struggle to get the stuff out. But inside the sarcophagus, it absolutely finds a ring. It can definitely grab that ring and pull it back. It absolutely finds a necklace with a stone on the end of it. And it can definitely grab that, and it can pull that back as well.
Okay.
And it also finds a almost like a diadem or like a circlet, like a what's the word I'm looking for here? Almost like a small tiara inside there. This one it would struggle a little bit to pull back out. I don't know what Virgil has for stats, but I would say probably an acrobatics check to be able to pull it back out.
Okay. I can do this note later.
Oof.
So do I just I don't know if I have acrobatics. No, so would I do dex?
Dexterity works. Yep. Well, gets the thing wedged up in there.
Of course. That's a great way to start the stream.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's a problem. And the diadem, it was like coming out when it got wedged. It wasn't
Correct.
like-
Yeah, it got wedged.
Okay.
So it's honestly, it's one of those things when you're looking at how it's wedged, you're like, fuck, now we're gonna have to actually flip the stone to get this.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
if we try to just force it out with our hand, we might end up breaking the damn thing.
Then
so-
I'm gonna have him bring the other two things back first, and then we'll go in and deal with that situation since it looks like it's not trapped. But
absolutely.
very cool to know that this is how he sees. This is cool.
So absolutely, he pulls back this really cool looking stone amulet that you have inside there. Give me a half a tick. I'll actually throw it up on stream so you guys can see it, so I can describe what this is. Because I don't know if y'all know what a bloodstone is, but that's funny. Jake is hiding behind there.
A
Hi, Jake.
bloodstone.
I don't know if you guys know what a bloodstone is IRL,
No.
but here we go.
Yeah,
Bloodstones.
isn't that like a diamond that's mined using extremely poor people? Like, is that
That's
no,
blood
no, it's blood
diamonds.
diamonds. Yeah, there's conflict diamonds is the other way of calling them. Either way, so it is a dark green stone that usually has red. It's usually dark green and red in color. What a
Yeah, I was
bloodstone
gonna
is.
say they don't know what
This-
blood looked like.
This looks like a bloodstone to what the fuck's his name? Viggo,
Oh,
who's of
that's
course familiar
beautiful.
with finery because of his background. But that is not red though. It's dark green and blue. It's really weird. You were talking, Tesh. I'm sorry.
No, I just said that's beautiful.
Yeah. Absolutely beautiful looking piece, as well as a ring. The ring looks relatively simple. It is a ring of It is a ring of gold and platinum, kind of twisted around. So it's just gold and platinum. It goes with a twist around. It looks like a very fancy, very well made, like a wedding band.
These are exciting, aren't they?
I would, pardon me. He would take them to Viggo to put in. Oh, does Viggo have the bag right now?
Yeah,
You do.
Okay, so yeah, he would bring them to Viggo to put in the haversack.
Got to lift up the tail, and the haversack hole is right there.
moving on.
Who hurt you when you were a child?
You can't complain, Scott. I've got COVID brain.
Oh, is that what we're gonna do? Oh,
Okay,
that's funny.
now I'm gonna go in and try and get this out proper.
So it's gonna be a strength check because you're gonna be actually trying to pull the thing out.
I would like to observe, judgingly.
Well, what I'm actually gonna do is shift into my astral armor, not my astral skin, which gets me a bonus to strength.
Okay. While you are shifting that, Tristan, I imagine, is hanging back, of course.
I
While
know there's
you are
traps on these stairs.
Oh, I'm there.
while you are shifting that, could you go ahead and do me a favor and make me a will save?
Oh, good.
Oh, is that a 17?
Yes.
Awesome.
It's the pardon me. Go on.
No, you're good. What's up?
No, I forgot that the +4 is read minds, not control minds. I have
Gotcha.
to use the mind shield for thought mind blank. That's the
Gotcha.
one.
Okay. No, you're good, man. All right, cool. So here, we're going to go ahead and roll this. I always forget I don't have a damage run on here. /R 2d6. You take half that. You take 4 points of damage. While you are...
Wait, hang on. Whoa. Oh, no, I didn't put it on. Damn it. I have something that makes it so will saves work the same as reflex saves, but I didn't put it on.
Could you do me a favor and go ahead and make me a perception check, too?
So I'm sorry, I took 4 damage, right?
Correct, sir. Because you took half. Could you go ahead and make me a perception check? Oh, 26 is absolutely sexy. So as you are, oh wait, hold on. I don't even know if you can because of, oh, no, never mind. No, I'm reneging on the perception check because I just realized that due to lighting, there's other obstructions more than just the fog that's there. So I take it back. No perception check. My apologies. That was genuinely my mistake. So, anyways.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
what would I have felt?
So yeah, this is what happens. All of a sudden, you see like a wash of energy coming from outside the fog, and you can feel a bit of your life literally starting to drain from you. You're pretty resistant to it. Your mind is strong. You steal it to the effects, but it's you take 4 points of negative energy damage.
I'm gonna do something that I'm gonna regret here. But I'm going to remind you of where is it?
Gonna remind yourself first.
where
from the
is it?
sounds of it.
Wow, Neil throwing shade.
I have
back.
a weakness to necrotic.
Oh, do you? What's the weakness?
Remember, it was my flaw. Why isn't it under my traits? I definitely put it there before. Oh, spell vulnerability. There we go.
Oh, you have a draw, spell vulnerability, -2 to saving throws versus a selected school. Gotcha. I understand. The same thing. Everything plays out exactly as we discussed, anyways.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So that
I was just putting Virgil to the side. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just doing that so I
Doesn't
can
matter.
control them better.
Doesn't matter.
Just someone's here, and I would actually honestly free action drop and switch to my my skin, because we can deal with whatever this is later. Something attacked me. Oh, voice mode isn't on. That's what's wrong.
Ah.
I hit the voice mode button and nothing happened. But yeah, so I would say something's here. It attacked me. It drew essence from me.
I don't see anything.
I would be moving sort of. Oh, I lost. Round the pillar this way.
Okay, so as you're moving, Virgil actually starts to notice a shape that's over there. You can actually physically see a form that's over there, and Tess, you could probably see it. That being said, half a tick. As Virgil is moving that way, you actually also, Gallon, where you're standing, you see come flying out of the fog itself, a trident. I know that sounds really weird, but you literally see a trident come flying outside the fog. Just trying to grab a trident token real quick. They can just throw into that's a sad one, but I'll use it okay, I'm using the sad one. So you see a trident come. Okay, that didn't pop out. Let's try that again. Okay, roll 20. You don't want to do the roll 20 thing. Okay, never mind. I will grab a sword afterwards instead, but I don't want to keep you waiting. So trident comes flying out of the fog to attack you. /R 1d20 plus. Ah! Except I always roll shit.
Daddy's dicey. You might make it, Scott.
Yeah, fuck you. All right. So, anyways, so trident comes flying out of the fog. I'm gonna put it on the map for you in half a tick. And it attacks you. But in its attacking against you, it unfortunately, like even though you saw it coming, it's almost like Virgil's warding to you is just enough of a warning to get you to move out of the way in time. Yeah, we can use this.
I fucking see it now. Yeah, okay.
So we're gonna use that blends in too much. We're gonna use a sword instead because I can't use the trident.
So it threw it at me. It didn't like try to jab
No,
me
and
out
it continues to floats there before you and is prepping up to attack at you a second time.
Oh, good. Oh, that's
It is now time to roll initiative.
Yep, cool.
I'm just confirm my initiative.
Let me move Virgil off me. I don't exist. What? Hang on. I have ceased to exist.
What do you mean you've ceased to exist? I see.
Virgil's here, but where am I?
You're still there.
Not for me.
What? Yeah, I'm still there.
I see Virgil, and that's it.
You still have vision and everything. That's probably on your side. You probably have to refresh.
Yay! I moved Virgil to the side,
sorry.
and I just disappeared.
I have to take that. Hold on. Oh, I gave you guys one too many luck die by accident. If somebody wants to burn it real quick. Ah, fuck me. I have a fucking +9 initiative, and I roll a 6. Like, god damn it. Like a +9 initiative, and I roll a 6. Thank you, Neil, for just burning that.
I actually... So here's the thing, Scott.
Yeah.
I was moving both me and my token at the same time. That's why. So this is why this is confusing, because Virgil would actually be on me.
Wait, so are you supposed to be with Virgil?
Yes, I was supposed to be over here, because on my screen I was moving them both at the same time.
Oh, weird. Okay, cool. So if you went that way, then you guys both would have seen it as it came out and attacked you.
Okay.
And it would have gone to over there to attack you. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Either way.
Just making sure. And then I'll just move Virgil off to the side so I can do an.
And you know what's funny is you actually wouldn't be able to see that person from where you are. Because they're more than 5 feet into the fog. So you actually cannot see them. Because they're 10 feet in. Why are you fucking snapping the corner? They're 10 feet into the fog. So you would not be able to see them where they are.
Okay, cool. So I just see the fucking.
The trident comes flying out and attacks you. Absolutely.
Trident, that's right, yeah.
All right, cool. So top of initiative, it's going to be their turn. And the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and attack you with that weapon. So this specific one is the only one. Oh, wait, hold on. When I attacked you? Oh, shit, you're also supposed to take this too. I'm sorry. Sorry, you took the... Oh, you missed. Sorry, I missed you.
Yes, I was going to say, even with a miss?
My apologies. So...
But Scott just had to go through the experience of missing once again.
Yeah, it sucks.
He needs to be reminded.
All right, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and attack you with that weapon again. So that random ass weapon that's now floating in front of you is going to attack you.
Well, that was terrifying, Tesh, because that was with Crystal Suit voice on. What a terrifying laugh.
Oh, it turned itself on abruptly without telling me.
Yeah, it was terrifying. Yeah, dramatic. Yeah, it really was. It really was.
You know what? I'll take it. He probably would have laughed if like in terms of just like if he dodged it boldly enough.
Can we talk about the fact that Scott's upset, but he nearly killed, left my 60 HP, level 6 Pathfinder character on 1 HP over the course of what? Two turns?
Yeah, and he's sad that he can't one-shot me like he one-shot you.
We're about to unleash the beast at this point.
I don't know whether I attack this weapon or I attack the person who's wielding it.
You can't see the person is a problem, right?
Exactly.
But Viggo's got sense, so we're just going to send him in. Go, boy, go get him. And Jake went bounding over.
His head went that way. His body went that way. So that's an Australian reference. You won't get it. I love that line, by the way. Where Chris Hemsworth managed to slip that line into Endgame. It's like it's an old ad in Australia where this kid's like, my body went that way, my head went that way, as he's like talking about being eaten by an alligator. Right. And Chris Hemsworth managed to get Thor to say, his head went that way and his body went that way, talking about Thanos when he cut off his head. And I was just like, oh my god.
Nice.
Oh, Scott's gone.
He's gone to make a coffee. This is the secret, Tesh. It was always our show all along. It was just the unionization. He needed to see that. Yeah, Scott did rage quit.
I am going to use this opportunity to grab a drink.
Cool.
I'm still within I'll be 2 meters away, so I can still talk.
That's fine. So Scott's had COVID, right? You've had COVID, Jake? You have. Yeah. So it's just Tesh who hasn't had it now.
So I'm in this annoying limbo. Well, I don't know if I've had COVID because they wouldn't test me. Because I got sick and went to hospital during the time when they were really low on tests, and I hadn't been to an exposure site. So they refused to test me and just told me to isolate for 4 weeks.
Oh. I wouldn't test you either, Tesh.
Oh, and now I roll fucking 8. Max. All right. So
God.
usually I start my day with water and coffee. I'm out of coffee, so Brittany's grabbing me one from Starbucks on the way home.
Bless her.
But I just went upstairs and got myself some vitamins and some orange juice to Yadi needs his vitamins. He needs to pull his shit together. By the way, orange juice with pulp, actually most pulp is top tier, but Rory doesn't like it, so I have to drink pulp-free orange juice, which is... So,
No,
all right.
carry on telling us about your first world problem.
Oh, it's top notch. I love it. It's the best.
You know,
right.
sometimes my orange juice is hopeless. Oh,
So-
woe is me.
You beat me to it, just. I was going to do that. Oh, woe is me.
All right. So, anyways, so that weapon is there attacking that trident. When all of a sudden a harpoon comes flying out of the fog at you, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and roll that right now.
I love how you said you, sir. Was it me still, or were you
It
talking
was
to
me.
someone else now?
I am the only sir here.
Oh, harpoons are a
Okay,
times.
there you go. You can take that.
Harpoons are ×3 weapons, so unfortunately, 19 does not chance critting. It has to be a 1 point higher. Anyways, so hurls a harpoon out, which immediately it stabs you for the. Oh, sorry, you take the.
You
take
have yet
the
to say
10.
who this was at because I
You,
asked and you
obviously.
didn't clarify.
Well, no, obviously
Okay,
you. Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go.
Everybody else is too far away. So you take
I don't
that.
know the range of these attacks.
It says right there. You
Oh,
take
it does
that,
say.
and you take this. So you take 17 points of damage. And then this is why having your mini on top of your mini is kind of a bad idea. Yeah, that's why it's usually you want
I
to
was
have
actually
side
trying
by
to move
side.
him off to the side for the fight. Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
There we
cool.
go.
So you take 17 points, and
Is it
yeah,
just
fuck
me,
that.
or does Virgil just look like some goo that's been splurged?
I
on?
have DR of 3.
Cool. Then reduce all of that by 3.
Oh, so it's only okay. So
14. Yep. Yes, sir. And
Ow.
I was gonna do a different thing, but I fucked up and forgot to, so that's fine. And that will be that. That's my turn. Cool. But no,
What
that's
the
not my
fuck?
turn. That's not my turn. I also get to do this because the harpoon. Harpoons are when you throw it at somebody, you hit them, it automatically grapples them if you beat their CMD. By the grapple, it's in you. You can always just pull it out as an action, or they could potentially pull you with it. So my CMB is this. I have an awesome CMB. Are you ready for this? I genuinely.
I'm not grappled.
I was gonna say I genuinely don't think that works. So I'm going to roll a daddy's dice to because I assume you're like a 2021. Does a 22 grapple you?
No.
I roll a
I
4.
said you were like, I'm gonna roll a daddy dice. I looked at my CMD and I'm like, okay.
You know the funny part is, so I used to memorize all the characters in my games, everything, because I run so many campaigns, it's impossible for me now. God damn it. All right. So it throws the harpoon at you and it stabs you, and as they kind of give it a tug to set the barbs in place, instead the crystals that defend your body, the crystalline body that you have, just kind of rolls and reforms out, allowing the barbed thing to clatter to the ground. It does not stick inside you. God damn it.
Like a crystal bumhole for a split second.
Okay. Let's just move on to the next person in initiative, who's Viggo.
You just hear a, oh, motherfucker.
I can move through friendly squares without.
So long as you don't stop in them, correct?
Yeah. Okay. So.
Sorry. Motherfucker.
This is
Obviously
this does.
Obviously, you're walking narrowly up those stairs.
100%. Yep.
I get
Be
that.
able to see the
You were
person?
here. Oh, sorry. Give me half a sec. I want to do something.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. If you want to measure it out, because I have no idea if that's what you're doing.
All
Yeah,
I'm saying, did this cultist get hit by lightning earlier?
No.
What?
What's your speed?
How the fuck?
30.
So you wouldn't be able to go all the way up there because of how speed works on stairs. It's not half speed. It's like a 3/4. So you'd be able to stop one step further back and you're fine.
I mean, I'm also large size though. Is it that
Yeah,
big
but
an issue?
Yeah, so you can take
oh
like
yeah,
five,
good point.
five
Good point.
steps
Good point.
apart.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
You know what
So you
Viggo
go full
just-
thirds.
Mortensen's like? There's a reason they call him Longshanks.
Where
ahead,
did you
sir, it's
start? Ping, where
He's
you
good.
started?
I
Is that-
just behind Tristan, so he's good.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you started like over here, you could just straight up step up like these. They're like a foot.
Well, no, they're not a foot. They're like 4 feet then 3 feet. But yeah. They're not big for him.
4 feet, then 3 feet.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
What was I gonna say?
Would he be
Oh.
able to sense the dude over here?
Yes, because I do have scent.
Oh, you do? Okay. Roll. So you would immediately be able to smell the person. So this is not even a check for you. You just instantly can smell, and this fog would not disrupt this at all. Sorry, everything's super laggy. Roll 20 just sucks. You can smell the person over here.
Oh, I was about
You
to
can't.
say.
You
out
can't
of
pinpoint the exact
curiosity,
square.
Did
You
the
can smell the person in
harpoon-
this direction. The
The
harpoon
harpoon
got thrown down this
direction.
way,
Okay, cool.
and you can smell the person. Motherfucker, over here.
Okay.
What do you do with your turn, sir?
Can you show me that again if you can?
Yeah.
I will-
Yeah.
I couldn't see.
Like over in this direction. And you're really smart, and you saw a harpoon get thrown from down here. Like you know that, so it's most likely somewhere in one of these ones. You know, like this line right here is where they are, somewhere in here. Just your powers of deduction. Your character's wicked fucking smart.
In chat, did you see what Steve said?
Smells like a moist person. Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, which people aren't moist? That's my question.
Yeah, Brittany and I were talking about this last night. She's like, I don't understand why people don't like the word moist. She's like, moist is a good thing. She's like, do you want to eat bread that when you bite into it's dry, or on the inside it's moist? Do you want to have dry chicken, or do you want it moist? Do you want to have dry? Well, you get the point.
Thanks. I hate it.
You want some moist pussy?
Why do you know what pussy is, but you don't know about Darude Sandstorm?
Oh fuck!
Because I'm on Twitter, and Twitter doesn't talk about the root sandstorm.
It really does.
All right, I'm gonna move over in that direction.
Sure. So you're gonna double move?
I suppose so. Try and
I drew you a little stank lasso. I hope that's helpful.
Thanks.
Thank you. I'm gonna try and hopefully, as I'm kind of trying to find where this guy is, don't want to step on anything. You know what I'm saying?
What? No.
I think he wants to float.
No.
We don't want a repeat of lightning storm.
Yeah.
So what are you trying? What are you trying to do?
Pressure plates. Like I'm minding my step.
That sir is a perception check. And that you're also going to be moving much slower at this point.
What you drinking there, Tesh?
Yeah. Right. Well, do I roll a perception?
Yeah.
Should I move over there first or not?
Move a perception, and I'll move it to where we stop.
You see the sultry way that he just sipped from that orange juice. Be right back. Chloe's going to an interview today, so I'm just going to go say bye.
Oh boy, so much I'm going to do with that one. So much
Hey,
I'm going to do with it.
We don't do crits in this game, all right? And not only that, I move in a direction. You can't just, put things there, all right?
But yeah, truth be told, there's nothing over there. You've already walked past the traps. So
Lucky.
yeah, so you're actually fine.
I can
Um,
move then.
What?
Is that I can move then?
I already moved you. The reason why I moved you there is because when you're within 5 feet of somebody with your sense ability, you can immediately pinpoint where they are within 5 feet of them. They're right here. Oh. And because the way scent works, Because the way scent works, the way fog works, you can see things that are within 5 feet of you. So that being said, you can actually see where this person is. I'm
I
just
can see
moving.
them, though.
Yeah, I'm working on it. So you can see them, and it's not a man; it's a woman.
No use.
So, despite your natty 1 perception check, you don't notice any traps because there are none. You just move slowly up. That's your double move, so you have no actions left. But you are able to come up and stand adjacent to her and look at her standing there. She has a rope in one hand from the harpoon she had thrown. And you can see, like, she is, of course, adorned and prepared for combat, right? Anything else you do with your turn, Viggo? Because it's not like your turn unless you do a swift or just say something, you know?
Swift.
He adjusts a couple of like switches and buttons on his TIE Fighter dash and then says, "I have you now."
No, nothing I can do in this Swift.
Perfect.
All right,
That's
but
it.
I yell, "Founder."
Points directly at our nose. Boop. Gallon, you obviously can't see her, right? Because she's behind fog to you.
No.
But
can
but
I
you
do
know
the free 5-foot step away from this thing?
free 5 step. Which direction?
Well, sideways, but I also have flight on right now, so I could just.
Oh, float this way. Gotcha. It's only a
Yeah.
3-foot drop, but
Can
yeah.
Can you 5-foot step while you're flying?
Yeah.
No, because you can't step, but it's a 5-foot float.
Sorry. He can 5-foot float. Yeah, he actually
Can I-
moonwalks.
Can I see her now? Because it's less fog in the way.
Let me just see how this. So from here,
'Cause
secondly,
the
20
fog
feet.
line's here.
So you would be able to see into her from there. Yes. Yeah, you always would have been able to see into there from that angle, which is why she usually stayed inside, deeper in. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. So I can see her just fine, and I can attack,
Si, senor.
and I get full round because I 5-foot step, not moved.
Si, senor.
I like
Good.
that purple effect on Vigils. That's really cool. It looks
Yeah, it's
really
fun.
cool on the map.
I'm gonna pump
Oh, hey-o.
Excuse
two
me?
more
Excuse me?
2 more spell. Why
Get
do you
it.
guys like this? 2 more spell.
Our
point-
moms and
spell
hugging stuff
points-
as children.
Die points into this shot.
Ah!
Is that a crit
Oh
confirm?
my god,
Oh,
that is
yeah.
a crit confirm.
A 20, a
Oh,
29 hits most things. 29 hits most dragons.
Does that mean
29
I get
hits
to
me.
double the deep focus thing as well? Deep crystal
all,
focus as
all,
well?
all dice are doubled.
Oh, good.
So when you bloop
So-
it, it should have a crit option. Yeah, it does.
And then
So that is 49 damage. You have no other effects. Nothing else would go up by any amount. It's exactly 49.
it's exactly 49.
The only reason I ask is because if it was 1 point more, I have to make a death from massive damage save.
Oh
yeah.
No. Oh wait. Does that include? Let me double check that I've got point blank and side shot. I do have point blank and side shot on. So that is the total. Unfortunately, just a little bit less than massive damage.
Okay, cool. So it's like
I-
a hair under.
Just make sure I can't choose to expend my psionic shot afterwards, because if I can, prior to making an attack. There we go. Cool. So yep, 49.
Wow, that's that hurts a lot.
Yeah, she's gonna need some flex tape.
Yeah. Gallon, that's only your first attack, sir.
Yes. I'm going to do another attack now. I'm running out of points, so I'm going to say I'm not going to do more power points on this one.
Just crit her again.
We will see. I'm I could actually expend my psionic focus on this one. So I will do that. Because I have 2 focuses. So, boop. Oh.
Okay. That's probably a good thing, because if you just straight killed her, you wouldn't have answers. You would only have more questions. So a 16 absolutely does not hit. All right, cool. Tesh, anything else with your turn, sir? Or are you good?
No, that's all I can do. I'm in. Ow.
Tristan, you've been in pain for a while now, but you feel invigorated. You feel blessings of you feel the blessings of the martyr. She is, that war god.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is Tristan would be like, Kraylene's blessing me. I see.
Yeah, of course. It makes more sense that way, right? By the way, what would you do on your turn?
1, 2. Oh, in fact, no.
Oh, no.
I can diagonally.
No, you would walk. You would not want to walk
Wait,
on the side.
careful.
Remember? Yeah.
So remember, I said this is trapped.
Yeah.
What, there?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So you actually want to go.
We were.
Can't I go there?
Oh,
You would,
okay,
so
you
so
can do that,
go
yes.
go back a step, like go back to the beginning. So from here, right? Oops, sorry, from here, you would want to go up, and then over.
Okay.
Okay,
To-
so
to
it's
avoid-
the stairs.
Yeah.
As long as you're not
So-
stepping
so-
on the
so
stairs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
6.
Okay. So same thing. You would also be able to see her from there because of where she chose to move to attack him. Put herself into a
And I-
disadvantageous position.
And I'm
So
just
you
floating a
can
little
see
bit in
her
the
from
air.
there. Yeah, Gallon's ass is between you and her, but you can see because he's floating about three changed feet off the ground.
So, can I double move and just squat under that boy and go all the way? That's 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I like
Yeah.
the idea of doing the
You might
full-on,
want to
like,
stop
FPS
here, otherwise you
slide.
provoke.
Right. I got, even though
Yep.
there's 3 foot. Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah.
Sweep the leg.
I can't. Yeah, I can't do anything
I know you can't
else,
do it
but
this turn.
I'm there to prevent her from just leaving into the rest of the fog freely. And at this point, I will remove the stank lasso. It has served its purpose.
Okay, so she is going to free 5-foot step. Make a perception check real quick.
Who?
All of you, because all of you can see her.
Gotcha. Watch me roll a natty 20, Scott.
Ooh.
No! Oh! He shoots, he scores. All right. So every one of you are able to see that as she's backing up, she seems to have a potion on her arm as well. It's not as nicely made as the ones that Jake provided for you. Hers only holds 2 potions, not 3. And she's absolutely drinking one. To
She only just 5-foot step. Is that all she?
she 5-foot step, correct, which does not provoke an attack of opportunity. So she takes a free 5-foot step. She drinks that potion. Sorry, I'm trying to read it's a moderate. Moderate does minimum, so that is healing potion.
Does taking
moderate.
a potion provoke an attack?
She 5-foot stepped out of the way, anyways.
No,
Jake.
I have 10 foot
Viggo.
reach. Yeah.
Oh, but he can't.
And
He
I
Sense.
don't
can't.
think it doesn't.
He can't
I do know,
pinpoint
I can
her,
smell her though.
but it does
I know what
not.
square
He-
she's in.
yeah, but you still have a 50% mischance because you can't see her. But no, it doesn't. To answer your question, so
Oh,
that
okay.
heals her 12. Thank goodness. She's then. So that was her free action. That was a swift action. As a move action, I need. Fuck. God damn it,
It's
Gallon.
5 foot. Oh no, it's free.
5-foot steps to move.
It's
Oh,
free.
no,
No, it's free. Yeah.
As a move
free, yeah.
action, I need Tristan and Viggo to make me a will save. Gallon is safe.
I'll make you one hell of a will save. Another natural 20.
Oh no! Gallon needs to make one too. Gallon needs to make one too. Whoa! Holy shit, Neil! Holy shit, Neil!
Another natural 20.
I'm gonna go get some water.
Wow, all you guys are crushing.
It
it. Jesus.
turns out, Scott, all I needed to get my luck back was COVID.
You guys take half. You guys take half damage. from that. So you take 3 points of negative energy damage, all three of you. I'll apply it to you, Neil. I know you can hear me, but you can't do it. So I just took it off of your temp HP, okay? So all three of you take that. And then after that, also, give me 1 second. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Okay, cool. After that, it's going to be 1 second. I hate. I have things on my character sheet over here. I just hate having a chance of accidentally blooping it. You know what I mean? When you're clicking around. So, all right. All right. Yep. Cool. So they are also going to cast this. And heal 14 points of damage.
But they can cast that?
Does casting provoke?
It does, but you have to be able to see them or hear them to make sure that you're aware of the fact that they're casting. You do not see them casting. You do not hear them casting. You are not aware that they're casting. So you cannot provoke.
Do they have enough action economy?
Spells? Yeah, hang on. They cast
I will
spells.
Is it like a heroic? And then that's cool.
They did not cast 2 spells. They cast 1 spell. They have channel negative energy, which is usually a standard action, but they have the feat called Swift Channel, which allows you to move it as a move action. They swift action, drank a potion. They free action, free 5-foot step. They standard action, cast a spell. That is what you call action economy, baby. And that is what you get with a high wisdom character. So, all right. Except I think this modifier is slightly 8 plus 3 is 11, and that's missing. So it's actually a 15, not a 14. The cast level's off by 1 for some reason. So I will heal 15, and that is my whole turn. And why is my cast level off? Oh, I see it. Okay, fixed it now. All right. So, anyways, that is my whole turn. It is now Viggo's turn. So I free 5-foot step, swift action, drank a potion, move action, channel, standard action.
Component.
It does have a verbal component. You're correct. You didn't hear anything though.
Motherfucker.
In due time, baby. It's your turn.
All right. I'm a 5-foot step myself.
Okay, you can free 5-foot step in, and absolutely you're able to see her again. Give me 1 second, because unfortunately the dynamic lighting's a little fucked. It's just this big thing, so I'm going to delete this, and then we just have to know if she's more than... Oh, yeah, that's right, I did this. Haha. I forgot, I had 2 layers of dynamic lighting. I'm so smart. Obviously, you guys can't see her, only he can, right? Because she's more than 10 feet away. Oh, thank you so much. My first attack, my surprise attack that I did against them, Brittany, I missed. I rolled like a natty 2 or 3. And then I was like, oh, but that's okay. I'm going to actually do a sneak attack with a harpoon. I'm going to throw a harpoon. I rolled a natty 1. I had to get some orange juice to comfort myself. Harpoon my foot. Oh, no. All right, thank you so much for the coffee. Hi, Brody. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
All right, so I guess I'll attempt to attack her.
Yep. Oh, hold on, before you attack. You step into the area and you can hear Gallon, kind of like his crystals forming up. You can hear Tristan kind of going over there and squaring up, and as she steps back, he's like, bloody hell, or whatever, right? You can hear all that stuff around there. You can hear your own footfalls, your padded foot hitting the ground as you step forward or what have you, right? Actually, I think you wear boots. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's got
as you step through. As you step into that, though, everything goes perfectly silent. You hear absolutely nothing. There is 0 sound whatsoever. The only noise that you have are your thoughts in your head and the ones that Gallon shoves in there.
Right.
Okay.
So
Now understanding that you are in a zone of silence,
Yep.
you are welcome to go. But Scott, how did she cast a spell with a verbal component in a zone of silence? Shh.
does that hit?
25 absolutely hits. Yeah, she has a good AC, but not that good.
No one actually asked that, Scott.
Yeah, I literally saw a Viking typing it out. I have a live feed directly to his keyboard. 8 points damage is pretty solid too. So,
And full fire.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I have no resistance to fire or anything. So, anything else, sir? You have more attacks?
Yeah. So as I bite at her, I bite kind of towards, try and latch onto one of her arms as I attempt to pull her down and trip her.
Sure. Just so you know, if you fail a trip attempt, you can be counter tripped. And second of all, you can imagine.
Hype train one. It doesn't.
It's what?
provoke.
Oh, the hype train one. Gotcha. And the other thing was the fuck. Oh, you see her face get contorted in pain as she goes to let out a scream of pain, but clearly nothing comes out. Go ahead.
Wait.
CMB, I believe. Oh wow, you do beat my so your 22 beat my CMB as it is. So thank you for the extra luck die, but only just barely. So, all right, yep, you take me down.
So she's stripped.
She's prone. Yep.
And then I claw her twice.
With your no. Oh, is that a? Oh, your
Yeah,
hype train
if
allows you to
I
do that for
hit-
free.
If I,
I
hit
understand.
with
I
the
understand. It's a
bite,
hype train, a
it's
free
then
ability.
free. Yeah.
I was thinking it was
So I pull
like
her-
one of your attacks. Go ahead.
Yeah. So as he
You have a
bites and
+4.
latches onto her arm, he pulls and like kind of yanks her onto the ground where he tries to claw her.
Oh my god, I have to go back half a tick. On my last turn, this would have moved up and attacked Gallon again. Sorry, /R 1d20 plus 9, because that happens on its turn. 17, I don't think a 17 hits Gallon. Would I daddy's dice? I don't even know if I have any left. I think I have one left, and I might need it, so I won't do it. So with your, does this include your +4s, sir, for her being prone?
No, they don't.
Okay, so both of those hit then.
Oh, beautiful. All right. So that's
Yeah, she actually has exactly a 20 AC.
this, and then
The fire, right?
yeah.
So it's an 11, 13.
It's not a huge amount.
17.
Of damage, but she's prone.
No, what are you talking about? That was, you just did fucking 17 plus what's that? 17, 20, 9 points of damage. That was massive. That's pretty much everything she just healed.
Sneak attack doesn't count if they're prone, does it?
No, it's if they're denied a dexterity bonus to AC.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, cool. It's now Gallon's turn. Gallon, that stupid trident is still attacking you.
It is. I am, however, going to need literally my entire full turn except for my swift action, because I assume I can't use. Yeah, no, that doesn't work that way. I can't use a swift action for a free action.
You can't use a swift
Or
action
vice
for a free.
versa.
No, no, you can't. No.
Yeah, so I'm free action dropping at astral suit, which I drop 3 feet. I assume I don't have to do damage for 3 feet.
Okay.
Because I also kind of like the what's essentially happening. I'm using my rest of my full round to switch to astral juggernaut. So just I fall out of the air with the astral juggernaut armor. So it's like full on crystals up, like over the head, almost sort of locking the head in place. All the crystal plating is as big as it can be, and it looks like someone massively over armored for their size. And he comes
is this
crashing down onto the...
Is this their first time seeing you
Yeah,
do
he's
that,
doing the
or no?
superhero landing. Yep. Huh?
Is this their first time seeing you do that?
It is. I've only ever done the astral armor before, not the juggernaut.
Okay. And this doesn't provoke. I don't think my thing provokes attack of opportunities anyway, so I think you're good. Yeah, so
that's
you're
my
good.
full turn to do that.
Okay, cool. You absolutely do it. You switch over. You're a badass now. Tristan, it's your turn. You can't see her, but you can see Viggo because of how massive he is. You see the shapes as Viggo's just going. You see Viggo like lunge his body forward, but again, it's very distorted. And then you see that on the grounds, and well, Usually when Viggo gets in Wolverine mode, you know, just pull out a cigarette and relax.
How would free 5-foot stepping this direction figure?
So it wouldn't be a free 5-foot step because you have to climb. Unfortunately, a skill check is involved. Yeah, you can definitely climb up there. You don't even need to make a check. It's only 3 feet. It's just half
skill check
half
for
speed.
3 feet. Oof.
No, you don't need to. You just climb up. It just takes us 10 feet. So that's 10 feet movement done. Or if you wanted to, you can go here. 10 feet movement done.
I'd like to go there if that's right.
Or you can go here. 10 feet movement done.
Thanks, bud.
Welcome.
For all intents and purposes, as far as I can tell, this thing is real, right?
What thing? Oh, yes. It has like a shimmering nature to it that gives a suggestion that maybe it's just magical. But yes, it is definitely a physical object.
Can I grab it?
You absolutely can make touch attacks against it. If you want to try to attack the thing. I'm actually just gonna bloop it right here.
Can I grab it?
Oh no, I don't think you can do that.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
I don't think you can grab
it
it.
is, okay, it is a spiritual weapon. That's what I thought it was.
Can I? So, I've not encountered it in this edition. Can I destroy it?
It cannot be attacked or harmed by physical attacks, but dispel magic, disintegrate, a sphere of annihilation, or a rod of cancellation affects it. Spiritual weapons AC against touch attacks is 12 plus 10. So is 12.
In that case, I have 0 things that would affect it.
If hold on, if an attack creature has spell resistant, first time if the weapon is successfully resisted. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
In that case, I would actually like to move up north then. Because there's no point me going here because I can't interact with it at all.
Yeah.
I possess neither the magics nor the.
But you wouldn't know that though, right? Like you could potentially spend your turn going up there and trying to grab this thing or trying to smash it with your weapon or what have you, and then not realize that it doesn't work. That's like a learning moment, right?
Yeah, sure.
Damn, Neil, I was hoping for that flank, man.
How the cookie crumble in it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and you can go ahead and roll your attack roll just to see if you can get that third natty 20. If you get a third natty 20, I'll let you hurt it. If you get that natty 20, I'll let you hurt it. It's 3 in a row. If you get it, Neil, call it.
I mean, I wouldn't attack it. Triss would try and grab it.
Oh, okay, cool. Still make the roll though, right? That's still a grapple attempt. Is still a CMB. All right, cool. So he goes up there. He tries to grab at the thing, but the thing it seems to always just barely move out of the way as you're trying to grab it. And it's one of those things where even with Gallon watching, once he like finally has like his full like Iron Man Juggernaut suit up, and he's like looking up at it and looking up at you doing that. He would see not it's not that you're incompetent and you can't grab the thing because it's moving too quickly. It's almost as though like as you try to grab it, it like discorporeates where you're grabbing to and recorporeates like adjacent to it. Like it clearly is intelligent magic as opposed to something that's easily just grabbed because it's there. Otherwise, you would have had it ages ago. All right, moving on. It is going to go to her turn unless you have something else with your swift action, sir. And for her turn, I need everybody to go ahead and roll me a what's the word I'm looking for here? Oh no, I don't think I can do that. Give me half a tick. Actually, I don't think I can do that. I just realized something. Standing from a prone position requires a move action and provokes an attack of opportunity.
Stand up.
Everybody make me a will save, please. Yes.
Right, third natty 20.
I'm gonna luck that.
Yes.
Just in the hopes of warding this off, considering it's a passive effect.
Go ahead.
I might not. Do I?
Virgil takes negative energy damage too, doesn't he?
He's part of the suit at the moment.
Oh, okay. So he was immune for all these attacks. Okay.
Yeah, he is literally part of the suit.
That's fine. You're good. You're good.
Yeah. Damn, that's really annoying. No, I won't roll luck for that. I won't roll luck for this. Annoyingly, that I didn't get to call the cool thing about the Juggernaut suit is if I succeeded, I don't take half damage from will, from the will attack thing. Oh, good. It's only 4 anyway.
So, that is, wow, that's sad. You each take 4 points of damage because I rolled absolute trash.
Do I not halve it with the 22 will save?
You take, oh, my apologies. You half it. You take 2, they take 4.
My token's HP isn't linked, like my temp HP isn't linked. FYI.
It doesn't have to be linked. You have to, like, that takes extra steps or whatever to do, but that's fine.
That's fine.
So you're good. You guys take 4. He takes 2. That's her move action. Unfortunately, she has very little that she can do. Surrendering is not really something that she's known for. The sword immediately attacks. It's going to attack against you again, Gallon, because like I have to spend an action to make it attack somebody else, so it has to attack you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
23. Your AC just jumped a bunch. I don't know if a 23 hits, and I have to save my daddy's dice, so I only have 1 left. So, does a 23 hit?
It does.
Oh, yes! / oh wait, but you have fucking damage reduction. Plus
I do have DR. Yep.
3 damage. Let me just confirm. It's 1d8 plus 2 plus 1, 4. So it should be 1d8 plus 3 damage. Yes. So you take a whopping 4.
Yep.
I mean, not to say that this doesn't hurt you. It clearly does. It's just not as bad as it could have. All right. God damn it. I have very limited options here. All right. I'm going to attempt to cast defensively. Casting defensively, I believe, is a DC 15 plus double the level of the spell. It's a first level spell I'm casting. So I believe it's a DC 17 cast defensively I have to do.
Incoming 1.
No. Sure, that's correct. Because my cast level is wrong. So let me just. Yeah, that's correct. All right. It's a DC 17 I have to beat. Here we go.
And because you're casting, I can see
No.
you casting.
You do not
He's
provoke attack of
trying
opportunity.
to
You do not provoke
cast
attack of opportunity.
defensively. This is he's not cast yet. He's
Okay.
trying to cast without provoking attack. Rayron had the same.
Shit, yeah. It's one of those things where if because I failed, what that means is you still don't get to attack me, but my spell fizzles. So yeah,
cool.
it's the gamble. So my move action was to bloop and hit you guys with my channel negative energy. My obviously the sword attacked on its own. In my action, I was casting a spell, but unfortunately the spell fizzled. Jake, you hear no components. You can only see with a -5. You can roll a spellcraft check if you'd like. Just bloop it if you have the skill, and we'll just mental math the -5. And that's my turn. Unfortunately, I have nothing else I could do. You would be able to identify that she was going to cast command on you.
Oh.
All right, but this is just a simple first level spell. Viggo, it's your turn. She's still on the ground. You can't even crawl away because like you can't free 5-foot step when you're on the ground.
Okay.
I don't know what that's for.
Keep attacking. I was going to talk to her, but you know.
Oh, gotcha. Your turn, sir. Will mental math the +4s. Light claw. That first attack does not hit. The second attack does. That third attack does not.
You didn't give me the option to luck, but I will.
You can absolutely luck. But I already told you the AC was 20, so.
Okay, but as long as you're letting me.
Is this including the +4s now?
You would have lucked the last one, of course, because you rolled through the first one.
Oh no, it's not. It's not including the +4s.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind. I will give you that luck back. You hit with all 3. Yep.
Okay.
I incremented it right now. Oh shit, you have 19 dice. You
I should have used the luck before. Oh well.
Okay. Okay. So it's 14, and then you have fire damage for all those. So 14, 20, 21. Okay. All right. Well, very much unconscious.
Oh.
As Viggo's whole turn, Gallon, you have no idea
This
yet,
is actually
Gallon.
great.
So what do you do?
Yeah, this
Yep.
is actually great because he has no idea. So I'm gonna free. Actually, this would disappear though, wouldn't it?
It actually has a duration, and it doesn't require concentration.
Oh,
So
okay.
so it would actually has. Hold on. How many times does it attack you? 4. It actually
3.
disappeared on its own after its last attack, and it disappeared anyways.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
That's perfect then. I'm gonna free 5-foot step this way because I don't. This is Gallon not knowing it's out. You can still fly in Juggernaut. I just couldn't fly with no armor on, and I had to take the armor on off to put on the other one. Anyway, so you see this what looks like really heavy crystal person take off around here. Zoom 2, 3. Wait, well,
You're not
1,
flying
2,
anymore, right? You're on your
3.
feet.
I am flying. He can fly with
Okay.
Juggernaut.
Oh, my apologies,
And
guy.
mid-flight, you see out of his hand the crystal bastard sword extend because he doesn't have to pull it out of the sheath; it just comes out of his hand. And then he'd fly out this way, and then abruptly dart into here, and he's like full on. He's down.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Sword just retracts into the hand.
And yeah, that Tristan, would you do anything of note or?
Go and pull that diadem out.
Oh yeah, sure. You go over here. You want to make a strength check? Actually, genuinely, jokes aside, you're more than welcome to.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Seeing as we're apparently past combat, and I'm
Yeah,
guessing this was important because this person attacked. What's his face? Nice.
Unfortunately, you're not able to draw that thing out. So at this point in time, what would you guys be doing? Because like combat kind of dissolves at this point. What would you be doing?
Is this person dead or down? Can I check?
You would have to
Die.
roll a heal check.
Die.
As you look over, you can see like I don't know if you caught the tail end because it's supposed to be simultaneously. So you probably see Viggo like get that last claw in, and you see him. He goes to like bite at a throat. Probably gets to like more or less pushing against it, and you can see with great effort stops himself. And then he he'll check to see if she's alive.
Go ahead and make your roll.
Perfect.
Yeah, I forgot you have a disgusting thing. I just sent you guys the actual result because I had already rolled before in our secret chat. And just so you know, it is she actually made the save. She has a 14 con, so she has negative 10 health. So 1d20 minus 8, right? Because plus 2 minus 10 minus 8. I rolled an 18, my first roll. So she actually was stabilized. So she's actually stable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Someone to
That's like-
interrogate.
Yeah. Good news for you. Bad news for her.
I am going to walk in and see whatever the hell is making this.
So it's a spell. So
Also, it doesn't dissipate? There's no
Viggo
sort
would.
of core.
It's gonna last 10 minutes per level. It's got like another solid like 35 minutes. So you guys might just have to be patient. But that being said, Viggo, you would be able to identify that if he's like, what is causing this? Or with his crystal voice, you'd be able to be like, it's a spell. It'll take another half hour or more to dissipate. Like you can just kind of inform him instantly. But that being said, looking down and checking her over, she's beat to fuck, but it looks like she's relatively stable. Like you don't even have to patch her up if you didn't want to. And I don't know if you're in the state of mind to want to. So
No.
there is
that
shit
she's
that's
stabilized, more or less.
there is shit that's beneath that fog. Absolutely. And I can have you kind of like explore around and try to find some stuff. But before we get into that, any RP you guys want to have, or do you want to maybe just go help Tristan out for a second, or what's the plan here?
Well, I mean, out of RP, we need to search her and also get this diadem thing out.
Yep.
So I would say, she's out. She's still alive, but she'll be out for a while.
I'll make sure she hasn't got any surprises. I'll check the body.
Yeah.
So,
I'll
sure.
move over to help Tristan try and get this thing out.
So because you're large size, I'm just going to straight up say you give Tristan a +3 to his roll. Tristan, modify your strength with an additional +3 or mental math it. And you can go ahead and roll. Tesh, got to roll me a perception check. Does that include the additional +3 or no?
Yeah. No, it doesn't. It's not worked properly.
Okay. So should it be a 15?
But
Just lock it as well.
Okay.
that needs +2. Fine, I'll lock it. So it added a +1 because I just put a temp +3, but it added +3 to strength, not to modifier.
Yeah.
I understand. So what you're trying to say is that's actually a 16?
Yeah.
Okay, so it takes you guys some effort, but
17.
you are
I'm
eventually...
also going to luck my perception just in case there's something hidden on her.
Oh, sure. So that's fine. You go ahead.
Oh,
So
and
you
I
have a
go.
26. That's fine. So, sir, you guys are over there. It takes you some time. Hold on. You're trying to be careful to not crush this thing. So it's not like you just lift it up in 2 seconds, right? Like you spend like a solid minute and a half or whatever it is trying to move the stone and get it out of the way and kind of like wedge it. Have Viggo brace his shoulder. Then eventually you kind of change your position and knock it sideways or whatever. Finally, underneath, you're able to see, like I said beforehand, there is a proper outfit that's completely rotted or whatever down there. And there's definitely like a bunch of like dust and looks like ash that's amongst it as well. It looks like it's been there for a long fucking time too. You are eventually able to pick up the diadem, and so I'm saying diadem, but realistically, it does look more closer like a tiara than anything. Like it has beautiful stones inlaid into it and what have you. It's fine made. And despite the fact that the stone got kind of like crushed down where it was, or blah 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 blah, despite the fact that there was the stupid little crystal thing got all wedged there, and you guys are moving the rock around it, it's been able to hold its form for the most part. A little bit of like effort, and you'd be able to reshape it slightly. I mean, it is like a little effeminate looking because it is a tiara, but that doesn't change the fact that it's just outright a stunning piece. And you could definitely see potentially one of yourselves wanting to wear it because of how beautiful it is. Either way, so you got from inside there a ring. It looks like a wedding band with a yellow gold and a platinum, kind of like with a twirled pattern, a twisted pattern going round. You found the necklace with what looks to be, you want to say it's a bloodstone, but clearly it's not because the colors are wrong. And with the tiara that's inside there. That's what you got from in there. Off of the cultist, obviously she had that harpoon with her. It was very finely crafted. It's masterworked, and it does have a length of rope attached to it. That's one of the things that it does. You literally hurl it, and it takes time to properly furl the rope so it's attached to it, so you can like hold the rope and throw the thing and have it work. So it's not one of those things where you're like, I can just throw it every round. As long as the rope's attached, you have to correctly furl it, or you just unattach the rope and use it normally, right? Otherwise, it works like a spear. So you have a masterworked harpoon you find. She also has, and this is like an eyebrow raiser, she has a masterwork sickle on her as well, which is a little strange. She also has, let's see, another potion on her like arm thing that's still inside there. I can have Viggo identify that for you in 2 seconds.
Cool.
She's wearing masterwork chain shirt, so again, just quality stuff. And she also has a really nice amulet that she wears. Looking over the amulet that's there, you can see it's the same kind of symbol that you saw upstairs on those various crates and whatnot. That were on top of like where the two coffins and the sarcophagus was. As it looks like an eye, right? You also can see that she's wearing nice vestments over her armor. Like clearly, like she must be part of like some sort of a cult or what have you. And then also looking through her body, you can find a gold holy symbol to Luthar, which is the Lord of the Deep. It's the water god from the elemental plane of water. That thing it's gold. You think it's worth a lot of money because it has a good amount of weight to it, but your characters don't know this, but I'm just telling you this in the metaverse. It's gold plated. So, you can write that in there. But so it all depends on but your character would think it's valuable because you don't have appraise. You also find 9 gold and 17 silver on her.
I'm just gonna add that. 9 gold, 17 silver.
Yes, sir. I unfortunately didn't get to use some of her abilities because just one I forgot, and the others it just combat didn't work that way. You guys kicked my ass too quickly. So, all right, cool.
Okay.
Cool. Man, I had a plus. I still got to act first, which is fine. I had a +9 initiative and rolled trash. I just used a daddy's dice just on initiative to go first, and I only used it in case one of you guys did. I already won. It was just like in case one of you guys roll it, and then nobody did, and I was like.
Also, just so you know, Scott, I drew where I would have dragged her out of the smoke over here, just so we can.
Oh, sure. I got you.
Without.
She had potion belt, didn't she? It was a swift action potion belt.
Correct. It has a limit of 2 potions, but yes. Whereas you guys, I think, have a limit of 3.
Yeah. How many of those can you equip?
Oh, only 1. Yeah.
Okay.
It takes up the arm slot too, so you can't even wear that with like any other arm slot items.
Cool.
Which I actually think, because technically Tesh wears pauldrons, which are not the arm slot; they're the shoulder slot. So.
That's why I can't wear keeps.
I want to take some of the
okay.
ash that's in there as well.
Sure, you can absolutely do so. So as you're reaching down and you pick up the crown or whatever it is, as you're reaching down and you pick up the ash, I don't know, you feel the sense of ire, Viggo. Almost a sense of like foreboding happening as you pick up that ash. You feel like anger swelling. Not yours. It's just kind of get the sense around you as you do that. That being said, when he comes over and gives you the potion, it takes you, a minute? You can automatically identify potions, correct? You have to make a check that you can't fail.
An alchemy check I have to make, I think.
Yeah, go ahead. You're not going to fail it. Go ahead. Cool. It was a potion of Shield of Faith.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it only lasts a minute because it's a cast's first level. She actually had Shield of Faith. She had Shield of Faith already cast on her, so she didn't drink the potion of it, right? But potion of Shield of Faith.
Nice. I'm gonna add that. Do you want to? Who does anyone want it?
It's a +2 deflection bonus to AC for 1 minute. Anybody?
I mean, I wouldn't say no because I like the ability to increase my AC, but
yeah,
equally.
no, I give.
I give it to you. The only benefit to me taking it is I can drink it as my caster level. So even though it's only 1, technically I could drink it as a higher caster level.
Yeah, but you're special. Give it to the mundane boy, okay?
Yeah, and once we do
some more later anyway.
Yeah, once we do a long rest and I switch to the Power Stone repository, I'll be able to do full screen for 1 PowerPoint. So
nice. Once you put your suppositories. Yep. All right. So Viggo, you sound like you're about to say something. And again, I'm sure you guys want to search throughout the fog. So please, before we go searching throughout the fog, anything else you're saying or doing, any interactions, you obviously grab the body, pull it to the side. She's not moving for a while. Anything we should go over?
Sorry. I missed what you said. My brain locked up in anger.
Is there anything back here, like in this area?
Well, like I said, we're going to go over that in a second. I just didn't know if there was any more RP or anything else you were doing first.
Oh, you asked if there was anything more. Okay.
Probably secure the area would be. proper.
Yeah, so I would have warned them that there's another entrance over this way towards the top.
Did you say?
Oh, wait, towards the top. Oh, sorry. I actually have to fix that. My apologies. Go ahead,
There's
sir.
not
I'm
meant to
listening.
be another entrance there.
Yeah. Ignore that.
Did-
What were you saying, Neil?
Did you say what the holy symbol was when you?
Yes, I did. I said it was Luthar.
Yeah, but would I have known that? Is that a super common knowledge or?
That's a good question. I would say it's a knowledge religion DC 10. So common enough, but you still technically would have to roll because it's not a super common faith.
One of them would know at least. They could tell me if I.
Most likely, I don't even know if Jake can fail a DC 10.
No, I can't.
I
Yeah,
can.
so he would instantly know. So you failed. You wouldn't know who Luthar is, but feel free to,
So if he's like, "Oh, this is Luthar, God of the Depths," Trish will just comment. He'll just say, "Why would vampires worship any god to do with the sea?"
Question for the one who worships, I guess.
That is a very good point.
What if this isn't anything to do with the vampires?
I
Guess we'll find out.
that, but I think there's less connection than we thought. Either that or this is someone who was hired. So you said there's no okay, yeah, you closed it off. There's nothing up that way.
Yeah.
But
That was
I
just a
stand
mistake. My
There
apologies.
is no the funny thing is the reason why I moved myself over here was because I saw that entrance and wanted to make sure that I could keep an eye on it. So,
Yeah. So secure the area is literally just continuing to look down the way that you guys are already come through, but which is fine.
I've also gone back to medium at this time.
Okay, cool.
okay.
So my enlarge has finished.
that point,
If you actually go into the journal tab, you can drag and drop your regular mini onto the map for yourself.
At that point,
And,
if we've got no time-sensitive things, we should probably wait to interrogate her when she wakes.
Well, and I imagine
Or
you're going to
wake
look
her.
through the. Yeah, I'm going to have you look through the area that's underneath the fog in a second too. I just seeing if there's any other
Exactly, yeah.
RP first. And it sounds like you guys are closing it off. I just didn't want to jump ahead on you, so please.
No, I think I'm covered.
Covered in
You boys
wax.
good?
Yeah, I got nothing to say.
Okay,
Crystal.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
there's
So then
nothing
I'm
else
just
in
gonna-
this area? That's all?
I'm just going to delete this because you guys should be able to spend all the time you want mapping it out, right? So needless to say, yes, there absolutely is another sarcophagus inside of here. Absolutely is. Did you drop your new mini? No, you didn't, Jake. So
I
let's
can't
grab.
You
You
guys
know, you literally journal tab. You see where it says Vigo Metahina?
Oh,
You
I
drag
just
and drop
realized
Vigo?
what we did.
yeah.
Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just so
I
everyone knows, this is
realized what we
Vigos.
did and what we may want to get the fuck out of here real quick after we deal with the sarcophagus. I realize what we did
You've
now,
run
and
out of-
it's not good.
I am still a wolf though. I forgot.
Oh, okay.
I believe we somehow managed to make Dreyfus angrier.
So you absolutely do come across another sarcophagus sitting there on this raised platform. I don't know how close to it you guys would get. I don't know if you would touch it. I don't know if you do anything whatsoever. It's up to you.
I would look
But-
for traps.
Yeah.
Sure.
With my
So
trap
without anybody touching
finding-
it, but mind you, it is still fog.
Can I get an assistance
A woot
by
woot?
Virgil just to make sure? It's still fog?
Yeah, remember the fog is still here for like 35 minutes. I just removed the fog so you guys could see.
Oh, I thought we were waiting until it was gone.
Are you
I
waiting
would still-
35
okay.
minutes?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
then
yeah.
then I'll check. Can I have
Scott, does
Virgil
this one have
assist?
vents?
So you can looking around really quickly. This one does not it does not seem like it has vents anywhere around it. As a matter of fact, this sarcophagus, as far as you can tell from like you were still hulking and as you got smaller and you're looking or whatever, it looks old. Like it looks very, very old. Same as the other one did, right? Whereas the one upstairs that you saw looked new, like, pretty darn new, right? This one looks very old. There's like dings in it. There's nicks in it. There's like wear. There's a bit of moss that grows on it in a couple of spots or what have you. Like it looks very, very old. Go ahead and roll for me, Tesh. It looks very old.
You never answered
You
if I
can't
could
put a
have,
date onto it. Yes, of course he can. He just has to roll first to get.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, he gives you a +3. Ooh,
I'm gonna
okay.
lock that.
Does that include your half level for traps?
It does not. So
no,
he
it-
actually
it
gets
does
a
not,
plus.
so-
He's at
That's
26 right now, and he's
26.
trying to add on to it.
Yes, that's what I wanted.
That's a fucking 30, baby. I won't lie. That is some sexy shit right there. I'd say he brought sexy back, but apparently never left. So you, sir, are with your 30 looking the thing over. You absolutely can tell that there are safeguards that are put on there. So first and foremost, there is a simple alarm incantation that's etched into it. It's something that's very simple, and the way that it's etched deep into it, two details you notice. Number one, it looks like something was added afterwards. Whereas the one upstairs that you looked over, it looks like it was built into it at the time of fabrication of that new sarcophagus upstairs. It was inlined. Everything was inlined on the inside of it. This looks like it was etched into the outside of it afterwards. And then number two, you can also see that there is something in there. It's hard to read what it is because you're not a magic specialist by any stretch of the imagination. You can see that there's a symbol in there that definitely has markings of necromancy. So you don't know what it is, but you can see there's a powerful trap in there that's necromantic in nature.
Okay, I would be relaying all of this information to everybody. I also have a bit of an idea about how we might deal with this.
Go ahead.
How sturdy are the pillars around us?
I wonder where you got that idea from.
Yeah.
So the ceiling I already described beforehand as being what, like 30 feet up or like 30, 40 feet up, whatever it is. These pillars, as you can see, those are not thin by any stretch. Hold on, give me half a tick. I'm gonna. Oh, fuck. These pillars are made out of stone, and they're at their weakest points 2.5 feet wide. So if you're looking up Pathfinder breaking objects, and you look at the rules of stone,
2 of them width-wise is as tall as you are, right, Scott?
and if you look up stone is a number of health points equal to 15 times inches. So 2.5 feet is 12, 24 plus 6 is 30 inches. 15 times 30, 15 x 30 is 450 health points and has a hardness of, I think, 8 for stone. So
Yes,
every time you hit it, the first 8 points of damage is ignored. And then after that, you'd have to do 450 points of damage.
Well, I was gonna ask if Jake had any kind of acid in his bag of goodies.
I do, which I was going to say for a sarcophagus anyway, but I would also like to assess the stone pillars there to see if there is any structural weakness due to their age.
Absolutely.
Hey.
So again, there's a
Victor might be
fog.
able to help you because I
There's
have
a fog, so
Virtual
this is taking
Structure
time.
Engineering.
Oh, does he? Oh, good. I was going to say, and this is
Knowledge
a...
engineering, yeah. Yeah, so Virgil's going to help with the knowledge engineering. It's only a +1, but at least he has it. Hey, you got a +2.
All right, you get a +2. You can also roll me your structure and engineering check there, sir.
All right, can we add it on the +2 after?
Yep, we can mental math it.
Beautiful. Engineering.
Well, that was a laggy dice.
So that doesn't include the perfect
18.
recall, right? So that's a 18 plus his 2 is a 20, right?
Yep.
Okay. No other modifiers.
Yeah, we have lots of luck dice, and if we can get rid of this sarcophagus in a way that lets us get out of here quickly.
Would acid help it as well? That is a question, I guess, for after. So I should probably. Hang on a sec.
Yes, luck it, because if we can.
22.
22.
Okay, so with a 22 total, so trying to look this over and see what is what here. you can see that of the pillars, you don't know what hurt these pillars before, but clearly something happened at one point in time that ruins the structural integrity of this pillar. Like this pillar clearly fell at one point in time, right?
Oh yeah.
So whatever it was that caused this pillar over here to collapse also caused damage to some of the other pillars as well. You can see this one right here also took some damage. And then this one over here took some damage. So this one is the weakest of the pillars by far.
Okay.
And you can see this one, and so it's 1, 2, 1. And this one over here is somewhat injured as well. So I'm going to put a little marker on here for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and freehands. Let's make this bright red. So we're going to say this one is the most injured. Put like a nice little 1 here. And this one is the second most, though it's clearly not anywhere near as injured as the first. If the others are injured, we're talking, Jake, we're talking maybe missing like 15 health points out of their 450 or, you know, like they're still fucking solid. So, but even still, with this pillar right here being injured, the number 1, just keeping things 100 for you, it's probably got the broken condition or close to. Broken condition just means it's missing half of its health points, and therefore it's slightly easier to do a strength check to break. But you're talking about a goddamn pillar. That DC is already in the 30s, most likely. You know what I mean? This is not an easy thing to break. So just as a line of perspective, breaking an iron door is a DC 28. You know what I mean? A giant stone pillar, probably about 28, 30. What's up?
Sonic does extra damage to stone, doesn't it?
It doesn't do extra damage. It ignores hardness.
Oh, well, that's still good.
Okay. So before you go start attacking the pillars or whatever, you guys are welcome to kind of discuss what you've just discovered, right? So again, this whole thing, all this, looking this over or whatever, fighting her, blah, blah, blah. Let's say about, 25 minutes or so have passed. So there's still a fog. Okay. You're looking this over. You discover these traps. You discover all that. Oh, Jake, that's another thing too. Oh, with your structural engineering, because you got a 30, I think, right? No, not 30, 22.
No.
This over here. So you know that there's these steps had traps, right? It looks as though any other traps that would have been in existence at any point in time are most likely broken. Like you can't confirm, but you're pretty sure you're safe in the trap department.
Okay, cool. Apart from the one on the sarcophagus, obviously.
Yes. Those are separate. Yes.
Can I identify the
wouldn't-
ones on the sarcophagus?
You could that one on the sarcophagus. You potentially could with this spellcraft check, but go ahead and do your RP.
This one over here is kind of weaker than the others.
I can hit it from range to do some significant damage, but it would take me a little bit to break.
Yeah, I think even if we were all at it, it would still take a bit. We can't leave this.
No,
We
I
can't
agree.
stay too long.
I also agree.
If I was able to go and get Karok, he could make his way through these tunnels.
He is just up the. He's in that room where the secret door is.
Uh-huh.
What about the slope with the? That's going to be fairly hard for character to traverse, isn't it?
Karok has his ways.
You're confident?
What do you want to do?
I'm not confident. It's a bloody stone pillar, but I don't see any other means we have.
If we knock this pillar on this, we're going to have to get out of here fast. There's an alarm spell on it. So you may want to keep Carrot up there for the escape. We're going to take a bit of time either way. It's just whether we take time on the escape or the breaking. How You said you had acid. How would that help?
Oh, I mean, would it help, Scott?
Yeah, acid. I believe you have to look at, depending on if you have Stonebreaker acid or regular acid, it could
I just
potentially
have
eat away.
regular acid.
Oh, so regular acid does not ignore hardness. Stone is actually pretty resistant to acid, but there is something called Stonebreaker acid, which does ignore hardness.
I don't believe it would help in this situation.
Yeah.
I mean, it would. It just eats away slowly.
What's the hardness on it again?
8.
I mean, acid does what? 1d4?
No, I think it does more than that.
No, it doesn't. It does 1d4.
So, because let's see here, energy attacks. Energy attacks deal half damage to most objects. Divide the damage by 2 before applying the hardness. But some are otherwise. And if we go Pathfinder, Stonebreaker, acid, as I'm pretty sure a thing. Alchemical weapons. What's up?
Even with the DR of 8, Sonic may not be worth it because my crystals have a +7 and 2d8 instead of 2d6. So crystals would probably still be more worth it. You muted, I think, Scott.
No, I wasn't responding. I was reading.
You were, yeah. So I think crystal's still the way to go, even with, because my Sonic has +0, so.
Stonebreaker acid was not
has
actually technically
+2.
from Pathfinder, remembering it from 3.5, but I would still apply it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Never mind, it technically has +2, so it's probably still better to do on average. So 2d8 +7 -8, or 2d6 +2. I think 2d6 +2 is probably better.
And just to be clear again, energy attacks deal half damage to most objects. Divide the damage by 2 before applying hardness. Some energy attacks might be particularly effective against, for example, fire does full damage against parchment and other burnings. A sonic might do full damage against glass and crystal objects, right? So there's full damage, but actually the hardness would still apply, it says.
Oh, okay. In that case, crystals would be better then. The crystalline bolts.
I mean, I can do so. Obviously, it's going to have its hardness, but in a single attack, presuming I can mounted charge this thing, I can do 3d8 plus 39 to it.
Oh, damn! Yeah, you could do some massive damage to it. But that, once again, that's. Do you think you can definitely get Carrick out of here quickly?
I mean, not that quickly, no, necessarily, but.
Let me try and see if I can identify this spell that's on it. This necromantic spell.
Okay. Because yeah, that's the other thing. If it falls on it and it's like an AOE of like a nuke.
Yeah, I doubt it's going to be a nuke or anything. Like, Carrick's going to be much faster than you guys are getting down to this bit down here. It's just necessarily getting back up that cliffy bit would be a bit more difficult for him.
So are there any other inspections or anything else that you would do while you're down here kind of contemplating this? What's up?
Yeah, like, so what check is it again to identify that thing?
Oh, it's a spellcraft.
It's not an arcana?
No, it's a spellcraft. To identify spells is always a spellcraft. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. So it is, make sure I got the name correct. Bum, bum, bum. So it is this spell. No saving throw. Spell resistance does apply. It is the spell Waves of Exhaustion. It's a fucking powerful spell. That is a powerful, we're talking a 7th level spell. This would be very illegal in the eyes of the Arcane Congress, right? Waves of Exhaustion. Everybody in the area is immediately, and this is a huge area. Everybody in the area would immediately gain the exhausted condition, not fatigue. Exhausted, -6 dexterity and strength.
What's the range on it?
It would be from where it goes off. Usually that spell is a cone, but this one clearly was modified to be like a radius. The cone is usually 60 feet. You're not sure. The radius can enter between 30 to 60 feet.
Fuck.
Right. I'd make an educated guess at 30 feet because it's going like it's not a cone, so it's not directed.
Yep.
But
Yeah. Let's still play it that anyone within 60 feet
Yeah.
has a chance. So we want to make sure that if we're going to get Carrick down here, Carrick and Neil at that stage are outside of that, so they can help. Because like he can pick us up and drag us out if he has to.
well, I mean, at that stage we would get back, when it's close to falling, and it would, you know what I mean? Like no
Yes.
use all of us being in there. But
Oh yeah.
apart from that, is there any way we can damage it to a point where we could tie a rope to it, fix it so we know what direction it's going to fall, and have Carrick like try and pull it?
Well, if we damage one side of it, the side facing the sarcophagus, enough that it's about to break, then we do the last bit of damage to that. It'll towards where the hole is.
What I'm thinking is we do that anyway, but instead of how do I put it? Like instead of like Neil having to kind of attack it, he could be closer to the,
Well, I can attack it from 30 feet away constantly. So, like every 6 seconds, I can hit it with 2 attacks. Well, if I hit, I can do 2 attacks that do 2d8 plus 7, and then obviously minus 8 on top of that.
Scott's doing the tell me you have ADHD without telling me you have ADHD.
I was just showing you the 30 foot radius thing. But go ahead, I'm listening.
I know you.
Is there anything written on the thing? Like, is there any language or anything on it? Might tell us anything.
Hard to read because of the fog still being in the way. You can definitely wait the extra 15 minutes and make things easier. But again, language that you don't understand. There's little etchings onto it, but a language that you don't understand. You can definitely tell that the impressions into it. Again, everything's very faded. But it depends on how close you want to get to the thing. Do you want to like touch it? Do you want to lean over it? Do you want to climb on top of it? Trying to examine this thing while still trying to not step on even that outer ring that you can see there make sure it doesn't matter your perception check. There you have a fog in your fucking face, and you don't want to get too close, so it limits what you can see. You know what I mean?
Remember,
Otherwise, I would give you more detail.
said,
I mean, if you
remember
waited
we
another
also
like
have
15,
someone
20
to
minutes, you
interrogate.
would be able to see. It's just a matter of you guys are like time. So that's why I'm make sure you're aware.
All right. Well, I guess I will mark the spot that it's the kind of weakest at.
Yeah.
And I'll step back. There's nothing I can do.
Shall we wake up and deal with this one?
Sounds good to me. We have choice. We can take time. It depends. As soon as we start attacking it, will it trigger this alarm?
Knowing what I know of the spell, Scott, attacking the pillar shouldn't trip the alarm on the sarcophagus, correct?
You don't believe attacking the pillar will trip the alarm in the sarcophagus, but you don't know how vampires and their sanctuaries work. You don't fully understand that. I mean, for fuck's sake, you don't know if Dreyfus is in his sarcophagus.
Yeah, that would be awkward.
Yeah, well...
You have no idea.
What other choice do we have, really?
Live another day.
Open
But you have
the
you genuinely have
sarcophagus.
no clue.
Yeah, I think our best bet is to knock this pillar down and fucking leg it. I think that is our best bet. For
Knocks
what
the
we do
pillar
today.
down, goes the wrong way.
I mean, the alternative is like
oh,
the sarcophagus.
you
We could just roll it down into the sea, right?
You know what I
can't
could
touch
do
it.
right now?
Yeah, they roll it. Yeah, let's just.
I know what I can do now while you are interrogating this person. I could put on the chameleon armor, go underwater, and check if that's an exit. I won't go too far. I won't it's one of those things where I'll do stealth. I'll check if that's an exit. Because if that's an exit, that's a safe exit from Dreyfus right now.
I mean, while Tristan's getting his horse, I guess you could do that. Would be smart.
At the very least, I could send Virgil down there stealthing. Actually, that might almost be better because Virgil has a massive stealth.
Virgil would also move very fucking slowly. He's not moving at his full speed. He's gonna like, we're talking moving 5 feet around. So again, that's fine.
Yeah,
He's just gonna move very slowly.
yeah.
Crab walking at the
go
bottom of the
myself
ocean.
with stealth. Let me see what I have to adjust to get stealth. I'd have to take off that.
You don't just need stealth, you also need water breathing and likely swim as well. Though swim isn't the most necessary, you just move slower if you have water breathing.
Okay, I'm gonna keep that.
Luckily, Neil got 8 of the martyr.
Swim and water breathing are both fine for
4
me. Flight would come off for chameleon, which means nimble would come off. Okay, I'm just slightly less dexterous.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go exploring. Neil's gonna go upstairs and try to grab his horsey. And Viggo is going to try to interrogate. This is 3 entirely separate.
I'm not going to try and interrogate. Not now.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I was saying that was if they were doing that together. Yeah. If he's going to
Okay.
get the horse, I imagine he's just guarding the body.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I imagine you bring the body also because you ran away like a little
Yeah.
beep. I imagine you're
Like a smart
bringing the
guy?
body
Yeah,
over here with you.
thanks.
Yeah. So you can go ahead and bring her down there. Tristan, are you hanging out with? So you're gonna go get your horse. I only need 1 check from you right now. Just a climb check, and don't forget you know +2 for the silk rope. And again, the DC just to get back up there is only, what did I say? It was a 7, and you have a +2 from the silk rope. And literally, if you fail, that just means you make no progress. If you roll 2 or less, no, and you're fine. If you got this grand total of a 2 or less, that's when you slip in. So you're fine. You're good to bring yourself all the way back to where it is you need to go get the horse upstairs, right? So that being said, I'm gonna get to you in a second, Tristan, because it's important news for you. Gallon, you coming this way?
Whoa.
Eh.
Yeah, I was trying to link them up so I have just stop moving. I'm trying to link them up so I can have their stop it. Stop it, you
Go ahead,
motherfucker.
You're good. You do
Okay,
see that
now I have
stairwell
one
that's there.
Okay. So I see the stairwell there. What's this way? Do I see anything other? Is it going up, down, or so flat?
I mean, so it is air quotes flat.
I'm
Right?
stealthing, by the way, just so you know.
Yep. You can go ahead and roll me your stealth check if you would like, just for safety or what have you. But again, it is air quotes flat. If you know what I mean by that, like it's obviously it's not perfectly flat, but you know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So either way, yep, you can go ahead and stealth your way up there if you'd like. You're good to go.
I'm gonna take a look this way and see what is this way, just in case.
Yep.
What do I see about here?
Yep. So you can see that again. The thing is, like, clearly this is at one point in time carved out very well and very well maintained, but obviously that's no longer the case. Like, it is definitely beat to shit. And you can see like the walls, how they're kind of like beat up and collapsed or what have you. So you can see that that's starting to open up a bit off to your right. There's even a bit of growth starting to happen down here. As just the walls are just naturally getting the shit kicked out of them. What are you going to say?
I see.
What do you
I
mean?
see a bunch of boxes and.
So taking a better glance at that and even going closer to examine it if you wanted to, it looks as though at some point in time stuff was stored down here, whatever this room was. There's even more than what you're going to be able to see as you're moving around in there. It's just, unfortunately, it's just so beat to hell from just being under salt water for years. Whatever supplies would have been in there, if it's metal, it's definitely rusted out. If it's wood or leather, what have you, it's absolutely rotted out. Like, it's just completely destroyed, whatever objects were in there. Feel free to spend time
Sure.
going in there and do like a quick 1 minute perception check if you would like. What's up, Pink?
Yeah, I will do a quick perception check in here just in case. I would get Virgil to help me as well, just to make sure. Okay, so that's just add plus 2 to this. So 21.
So there are fish that you occasionally see down in this water because it's the ocean. There are crustacean or whatever that are down there as well. Like that's relatively
Imagine every now
normal.
and like a darting fish just boom.
Correct.
'Cause-
However,
all chameleon.
that tree that you're going past that looks like a large dead tree that's there, as you're moving that fucking close to it, as you walk past it, you can go ahead and suffer 1 point of negative energy damage. Both you and Virgil can. I think Virgil would have taken damage earlier too when you took your first bout of it. So you can go ahead and remove 5 total from Virgil because he
Wait,
wasn't in your armor the first time you guys moved together. What's up? When you first were exploring.
Right now, he's part of my suit. I have to be to breathe.
Oh, okay. No. This time he does it. I meant earlier before you combined him into your suit when you were when you got that first attack before things went sideways. So you just
Okay,
take
yeah,
4 off of his health. Yeah, and he'll heal overnight or whatever. But so anyways, you take 1 point of negative energy damage as you're like more or less going through or immediately past the tree. But as soon as you get a distance away from it where you're not like sharing a square with it, you're on the other side. You're like, what the fuck? And you realize there's way less fish inside this half of this room that you're in for whatever that fucking thing is. Whatever that
I was
thing is.
gonna
And you can't
say,
speak to
I
your
probably-
friends.
No, I was going to say I probably would have backed out of the room if I took damage.
Yep.
Not
Okay,
go
you could have
further
backed out.
in the room.
Sure. Yeah. You would have backed out. And then in which case, if you gone around this way and you kept your damage or whatever from your distance from it, you absolutely
Yeah, I
would
keep
not
my
have taken that
distance
again.
from it,
And you easily could have
Okay, cool.
come through over here, right? So
Yeah.
that's not an issue at all. All right, cool. That being said, your 1 minute perception check, just looking through. I mean, there were a bunch of different supplies inside here, crates with different types of weapons. Just to sum this up really quickly, it looks like to sum up what you believed it to be, likely smuggled contraband is what
Yeah,
was inside
okay.
here,
Cool.
but not like again. However long that this water's here, like for some reason people just left shit down here while there's ocean in it. Like it seems fucking stupid, right? So either way,
I feel like this wasn't always an underwater thing.
yeah, likely not, right? All right, so either way, you're able to make your way back out of there, and you know to avoid whatever that tree thing is.
Yes.
And you can keep
yes,
moving
I
up.
do. Okay, yeah. There's. Oh my god, this place goes deep. I had no idea it goes this deep.
Mm-hmm. Now, mind
I
you, it
imagine
seems
this-
to be lateral. It doesn't look like it goes up or down. It seems to be
Yeah,
horizontal.
I have a feeling that this entire place empties out at low tide. I have a feeling that's why it's a smuggling place.
Okay, so same thing inside here. You can see various bits of stuff that's littered on the ground and shit floating. And if it's floatable, like wood or whatever, but most of the wood is so rotted, it's not floating. It's just sitting on the ground. Like tons of stuff just littered, just like tons of trash down here littered.
Okay. Carefully take a peek around this corner.
You can see that this once again has another bit of an opening to it. That's there. That seems to open deeper to the east. If you take
This
one
look
more
like
step,
It's... okay. I was gonna say.
go ahead, ask your question.
Oh no, it doesn't. I was gonna say, does this look like? Because I thought this meant it was like the open sort of dock space, but obviously that's not what that is it? Is that what
So
it is?
looking over there, it looks like it does open into more cavernous region, but it's hard to tell from the edge of your sight. So if you move up even just 3 squares, you can see, okay, that does make sense. The complex that you're in continues to go up ahead underwater, and to your right underwater, but off to your left, which is the east, it looks like it opens
Yeah.
up to the more cavernous regions or what have you, right?
Okay. So,
Now stop for me.
yep, I would stop. He would stop there as well with that. Now this is the thing. Does the
Nope.
good? Okay.
You notice 2 more skeletons that are down here that aren't moving. They're just standing there and acting as sentries that you're able to duck between different bits of this, that, and the other thing perfectly fine.
Okay, so he's doing that thing where when you think you've alerted someone, you just sort of freeze. You're like, oh, good, they haven't noticed.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably a bit too risky. I don't think this is a viable escape for the other 2 this way anyway. It's too far underwater. So I think I am going to come back now and go towards the staircase.
You wouldn't explore the tunnel any further? You would kind of call it quits here?
Yeah, it's one of those things where I can go this way, they can't.
Yep.
And
so it's not exploration for yourself, it's just exploration for them. Makes perfect sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that if worst comes to worst, that's likely an exit for me, but not for them. So I don't want to explore that. I want to check the staircase because the staircase might be an exit for them.
Okay.
Oh, now is this tree the same as that other tree? I would stay away from it if it looks.
It looks familiar, but the only way you would properly know is if you went near enough to it.
I'm staying the fuck away from it.
Yep. And just as a reminder, you came across those trees over in this other chamber as well, in the big open chamber as well, and down here. Like there are some of those trees seem to be, or like, underwater trees or what have you, like roots, seem to be down here. What the fuck they are, you have no clue. Okay, so you go over to the stairwell and eventually, start, swimming or whatever your way up the stairs till once you go up like a good bit, and I mean like a solid, 10 feet or so, wherever it is the water level would be balanced out everywhere. Once you go up a bit in the stairs, you can finally break free from the water and you're still on the stairs. And again, you can imagine just because of the way that erosion works and the way that like life always finds a way, and especially if there's a storm surge and it splashes up a little bit more, the moss or what have you, whatever kind of like
it would be
barnacles or whatever would be up higher even if you get out of the water. You can see stuff in there. You can even see like little like crustaceans like crabs or whatever would be like out of the water, and like you come up and they're like
what the fuck?
but back down the stairs as you're making your way up there. But either way, you start making your way up to up the stairs. But when you get to the top of the stairwell, you can see that the top of the stairwell ends with a what would have been, you imagine, because you can see a bit of the wood or whatever that's still left over for where it would have been at one point in time a what's the word I'm looking for? It would have been at one point in time, like most likely framing for a door or a hatch or something to lift up to whatever's above you. But instead it looks stoned in, like like mortared in, like bricked in. Not brick, but like stone and mortar. Like it's been sealed up. The top of the staircase. So whatever area it goes into, building, whatever, it seems completely stoned off or bricked up or what have you.
Bullshit. Okay. I mean, can I look at it for a secret? Let's see if I can't find anything like a secret switch.
Yeah, perception check. Go ahead.
Just in case. Once again, I would have Virgil help me because, oh my god, do I need it on this one? Ooh. +3 to this. And of course, I'd be looking for traps at the same time. Oh, that was mean. That dice was mean. It went 22.
Okay, so you unfortunately can't see any secret doors or anything like that, but why don't you go ahead and make Virgil roll a architectural engineering check?
Ooh, yes.
There's a slim chance you'd get it because your modifier is so low.
Yeah. It is very low, yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately you got nothing, sorry.
No, that's fine. And now I would just head back to the others.
Yep, so it's stoned off. You know what I mean? You don't know what kind of stone that was used or anything like that. That's not your forte, unfortunately. Okay.
And yeah, I would essentially relay everything. Give Viggo a report of how things went, what things. Tell about the trees of death that I can actually point out in the water on the other side of the room. That those things are not pleasant to be next to. And and that's bricked off. But there is a way out. It's just unfortunately I don't think you guys can make it that far while holding your breath. And I don't know if that's a way out. That's the way out is right there, or if we're gonna have to go further. But this place was a smuggling place, so you can likely get out that way. But I think it's meant to be used at low tide, not high tide.
Jake, can you go ahead and roll me a knowledge nature check, please? It's a 37. That's a 39. Are you happy with your 39, or would you want to see if you can bash through a 40?
No, I'm 39.
Are you being stingy with like 83 luck dice?
Just don't want to waste the grace of chat.
It's not a waste. It's getting through a 40. How often do people get to break through a 40? Come on, Jake. Hit that 40.
No, that's okay.
Come on, Jake. You can do it.
Scott, the
more you
union
try-
the union says no.
Yeah, the more you try, the more we know that it's pointless.
The trees that he's describing down there, you've never heard of before.
Yep.
I have a feeling that was going to be the result no matter what.
When you deal with ultra secret things, the DC starts at 30 and then goes up from there. So, all right.
Oh shit.
Okay, so you've never heard of any trees like that? Trees that naturally absorb life? I mean, you know if there's a type of mushroom that grows underground that absorbs heat, but not life. Like, to emit negative energy means it absorbs life. Like, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Well, that's interesting. It's definitely something maybe to talk with Resin about. Let's see if he's heard anything about it.
Indeed.
One thing you will notice is the captive, her hands are bound, obviously, and obviously she's without shoes. So I'm just making that clear now, Scott. No shoes. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope. Waiting for Tristan.
Awesome.
What
Tristan.
about gloves?
I'm going to bear it back while you do Tristan's thing.
Tristan, hi. How you doing, baby?
Hey,
Well, I'm gonna delete, drag and drop Tristan. There we go. And we will go here. And we will go, where's Tristan? Where's Neil? Here. So you come back upstairs. And you go to see Carrick, who's just waiting for you, probably lapping up the blood that's over there like the fucking freak show he is. Why don't you go ahead and don't forget, it's like broad daylight out here or whatever, because you came here in the morning. So it's like, I don't even think it's noon yet. You know what I mean? Like it's daytime. So that being said, why don't you go ahead and roll for me a perception check, please, Tristan? You're just so excited to hear his energy really is gone, huh, chat? You're just so excited to see Carrick. You're just kind of like, you know, like it's like right now, me with my brand new puppy. You know, like you're just loud and nonsensical. As you go over to Carrick to see him. Anything you immediately do, aside from, of course, like take a carrot or an apple from like the side pouch and give it to him or whatever. Anything you do while you're upstairs, or is it literally just kind of
just lead him down?
Sure. So you go and you get Carrick, and you start going to lead him down. You don't notice anything else of note while you're up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy Carrick, because I have to be able to paste him back downstairs when you go. Okay. One second, everybody. I'll make it visible in one moment. Okay. There's Carrick. Okay, cool. I'll just make sure does Carrick give sight? Okay, good. He doesn't. Good. So you make your way downstairs, and obviously, you know, you're sitting on top of Carrick like the good boy that you are. and you're starting to make your way back to where your allies are. At this point in time, oh no, not here. So probably when you're right about. Hi, wife. Oh, breakfast. Oh, hold on, have a sec.
We use this time to remind you, if you have meds to take your meds, because I forgot.
As ever.
And that was also a great time for my headphones to yell at me for being out of power. I say I forgot. This is about when I normally have them anyway.
Brittany
Because
made
I
me
always
breakfast. Eggs, apples, and bread. All right,
Very
cool.
nice.
Cool. I need to do something because you had done that. So, Tristan.
Tristan is upside down. He's in the upside down.
Oh,
We're in
sorry.
the upside down. That's why everything's deadly.
I have not watched that
That's
yet.
why everything's purple for me.
I have not watched it yet. Give me half a tick. There you go. That's good. Oh, sorry. Shit. Did that wrong. Almost there. Tristan went upstairs, so it messes things up just a little bit. There we go. And I just needed to know that and that. Thank you. And oh, double click. Why are you so stupid? Roll20 is so slow to me. Cool. Now that I have that, let me just bump. Bump. Tristan. You, sir, are. Okay, I have to step up. Here. Your AC, flat-footed is what I'm going against here, to be clear. So that you and I are on the same
Oh, fuck.
Haji.
What's happening?
Tristan failed a perception check with a natty 1, so he didn't realize what was going on, and
Yeah,
so...
if those boys are shooting at me, they can't physically see me in my current location. Because there's a pillar.
Oh, but you're large-sized. So you're actually this big. So yeah. You're good.
Okay, sure.
And so I'm going to take only 2 shots against you. And that is going to be... just seeing my modifier here. Okay, there's my BAB, sorry. And where's my... Okay, cool. So it's a +4. Nothing crazy. So I'm probably going to miss you anyways. /R 1d20 +4. Going to do this twice. And again, this is your flat-footed AC. That 19 is the only one that might actually hit you. It's not worth a daddy's dice. I'll just let it sit. Does that hit your flat-footed AC?
No.
Okay, cool. So what happens is as you're making your way down the stairs or whatever it is, you get Carrick finally down the stairs. It took ages, right? Because you have to lead him slowly down the steep incline and keep him calm or whatever. You eventually get down the stairs, then you give him like a little apple, a carrot, whatever is at the bottom. You mount up on top of him and you start slowly riding him through the area along here. Just to, keep him calm, or maybe walking with him or what have you to keep him calm. Finally, as you're walking through the area where there's the dead Minotaur that you had fought beforehand, you hear twang, twang, as 2 hand crossbow bolts come flying by and narrowly missing you. One of them kind of tinks off your armor. The other one just whizzes by and hits the stone behind you. You whip around to look behind you, and you see that apparently 3 people have followed you down the stairs or from somewhere else. You have no idea where they came from. Spoiler alert, they came from upstairs. Because you were loud and whatnot. But the 3 people came out of nowhere and started attacking you. What do you do? Would you roll initiative?
Do I like recognize these people at all?
No, but then again, nobody really wears symbols of what organization they're part of.
Yeah, but it could just be the people
Well,
from earlier.
The Black Knights did, I know.
They were
I was going to say,
aggressive.
well, except for the lady in front of us wearing the necklace with a symbol of the,
Religion's different, right? But Black Knights are the only criminal organization that wore like a symbol.
Is the symbol on the stuff up above the religious symbol? You said that you know how there was a symbol on the cargo up.
Oh yeah, that's different. That was not a religious symbol. That's something entirely different. You don't know what that is.
You said that I recognized it on her because she had a necklace. The gem had the symbol on
My
it.
apologies, but that has nothing to do with any of the criminal organizations that you're familiar with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Neil.
I will just carry on.
You just keep walking away. Do you turn around and address these people?
I mean, they just shot me. I'm not going to speak to them. You're going to move away?
Oh, so you flee?
Yeah.
All right. Assuming you're on Carrick's back, you can absolutely roll initiative real quick. Assuming you're on Carrick's back, you can absolutely just make your double move. Ha 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 ha.
Oh my god, character sheets are so fuck busted. Just trying to like scroll through stuff.
I rolled absolute trash on my initiative. He does. He has 11 and 8. He has 19 health points. Oh wow. Okay. You double move. What's your speed?
I think character is 50. Let me double check. I just restarted.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So that'd be 60 is the second one. 65, 70,
Yeah,
75,
50.
80, 85, 90, 95. Nope, just do it this way. So that counts as 100. Cool. Your double move gets you to there.
Let me just see where I am because I finished restarting. Let's have a look. Okay.
All right. So just to get these boys out of the way, that is 5, 10, and because of rough terrain, 5, 10. So that would be 20, 30, 40. But then because of rough terrain and diagonal movement, 40 would count as 55, 55, and they would have to stop here. So that's their double move, and they're way the fuck behind you. That goes to you. Carrot can go ahead and make an acrobatics check to jump. You don't have to. It's not a huge distance. The difficulty is not that high, and you do get the running head start.
Can I call to the others?
Oh yeah, of course. They're right there. You can see them.
3 people followed me down, started shooting crossbows.
And fire, Gallant.
What did you say?
Return fire.
Yes. I would nod and be flying out that way.
Rolling to
So do
initiative.
I was about to say I roll into initiative, I assume.
Mhm.
Let me move Virgil off to the side again. Oh, I forgot to.
Okay. I'll move there.
Norway, I'll give you a quick sum up if you want it. Just say yay or nay. Okay, so Tristan gets to make his check first. So Tristan, what do you want to do with your turn? Do you want to jump down there to where it's safe, or do you want to stay up here?
Stay up here and prepare. Can I prepare to charge, or do I just have to prepare an attack? I probably can't
Google that
prepare
one.
a
Google that
charge.
one for me.
I can't because I need his movement. If they enter my base range, I will stab them. I've got reach right now because I'm wielding a lance, but I can't charge because it requires Karok's move.
But you can use Carrick's move because he just moves on your turn.
But I've already done it to double move.
No. This is a whole new round of initiative. And I think you can prepare a charge. You just only have move speed instead of double move speed. I'm pretty sure you can't. You just got to Google that real quick. So Tristan's probably going to do that, so we'll go immediately to Gallon. I don't know if Viggo's even going to go into initiative or just avoid combat at the moment. Gallon, you're more than welcome to float across. Do whatever you want to do. It's your turn.
You can only make a partial charge on turns when you're limited to a standard action. Ready is a full round action, therefore cannot be used in a round when you're limited to a standard action.
Okay. So I'm just checking all of the various things.
So while you're figuring that out, to give you a quick answer, Norway, they searched through the fog area. They found that there was like, it's labeled as cultist in here, but just because I didn't give any details, but more or less I had the character sheet that I put together. They fought a woman that seemed to have divine magics. She gave him a little bit of a hard time, but the problem is that Gallon critical hit his first attack against her and like demolished her down to like 8 HP or some shit like that, or like 11 HP. So then she had to immediately start retreating and healing, and they just overtook her, and she's done. She got to -10 out of -14 health and stabilized in her first check. So she's alive, unconscious, and they have her captured. The fog hasn't finished dissipating, at least not as of what they've seen yet, but they still were able to search through the fog area and find what's-his-face's sarcophagus. Beyond that, Gallon searched through this whole area, and somewhere around over here, he had found a way out of the where it kind of like connects to the ocean, he believes. Tristan went upstairs to get his horsey, and then you saw people seem to follow him back down. All right. You moved over to there. That was your full move, or just 40 feet?
It's just 45, so I get another... Oh, that's just 40 feet, is it?
If it was 45, then you can still move. Go ahead.
Wait, let me figure out exactly. It's 45, yeah, so I can still move. I'm going to move here and then ready an attack for something that rounds the corner. Yeah.
What's your speed that you can move over 45 feet and ready an attack?
50.
Oh, okay, cool. My apologies. How dare I question you?
You forget, because I've gotten rid of Nimble now. I've got 4 points floating for the Trailblazer stuff, but I can't take Nimble again, so I can't get that 2 decks back until I rest. So the more things I sacrifice to Trailblazer points, the more things I can't get back until a long rest, sort of thing. So because I wanted, before I went for Chameleon and Underwater Breath, which is 4 points total, I had to take off Nimble, but that means I now have Flight and 2 speeds.
Perception check for me. Oh, wow. Yeah, you beat me. So you definitely noticed them. So literally I had to double move to get these 2 people to where they're in sight. And in that double move, there are 2 people there that you can attack, but you can only attack 1. So since there are 2 of them there, I imagine you're going to choose the one that's on the right-hand side that doesn't get the... Actually, would they have cover from you? Give me 1 second. Let me snap the corner. Snap the corner. Let's pick this one from yours. Yep, this one right here would not get cover from you. This one over here would. So you would go for the one that's on the right. Go ahead.
Yep. Oh, wow, that is an abysmal roll.
Are you happy with your 17?
We have a lot of luck, so I'm going to luck it.
No, don't waste it on some stooges.
Oh, he's 35 feet away. Does that mean it's actually 16 because he's outside of 30 feet?
Then I would have to go for the other one, but what I'll do is I'll use my points. How much of cover? Sorry.
You wouldn't want to go for the other one, because if you went for the other one, sir, he has cover, so his AC is 4 higher.
Yeah, no, remember I have the braces that I can spend points to get rid of cover. So, let me ping the braces. So how much, no AEC bonus from cover. Is that all I need to do? Yeah.
So Nori makes a point. You guys both are fully aware of where they are. You can't double move in stealth. It's impossible. Not unless you have very specific features, class features. So either way, you definitely notice them. Cool. So you still do your turn.
Well, damn, there goes the 20. So yeah, I would like to ignore the AC bonus on the other one for 1 point. So I have,
okay, cool. So that's a 17. Are you going to luck that to make sure that it was worth it, or do you want to not so you can test the AC?
Not so I can test the AC.
You hit.
Hey, I'm glad I left it. Thank you for convincing me. Okay.
Listen,
Just double
my
checking
job is to
everything.
present options. Which option you take is up to you. I just present.
Sorry, I'm just double checking something real quick. No, that's correct. Okay. Wait, that's I hit the wrong thing. That's not damage. That's damage. There we go.
Okay.
16 points
16
of
damage. Okay, he drops.
Sweet. One down.
Okay, that's your turn. It's now Tristan's turn. Tristan, did you prepare an action to charge? Is that a thing that you were able to do or no?
No.
Okay,
But
so then,
I can charge this turn.
yeah, now it's your turn, so you just absolutely can charge.
I'm a non-lethally charge.
Bap.
So minus 4 to your attack roll, plus 2 for charging,
Plus 4
Plus
for
1
charging,
plus 4 for
'cause I'm
charging, sorry.
mounted, Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So it's a neutral attack.
Being a cavalier. Yeah.
Mhm.
Do I still have my +1 from
Aid,
8? That was it.
the combat ended, but the temporary health points are still there because the scene's not over. So I would say no to the combat part.
Cool.
You still have the 8 health, though. Because that combat ended a while ago.
Yeah, no, this is fine. So this is a non-lethal mounted charge attack.
Oh my god.
So anyways, since you got a 40, you're able to identify what those markings... So you're able to identify what kind of tree that is. You see, that tree is known to come from...
That took me a little too long to realize what you were saying.
Ah!
Holy fuck.
How do you non-lethally kill somebody from massive damage?
Non-lethal.
You did literally massive damage.
But the thing is, the problem is when you do non-lethal damage and then you bring them to 0 and then you continue to do non-lethal damage, it kills them anyways.
you
like-
non-lethal did to death.
You just fucking Ivan Drago'd him, okay? If he dies, he dies.
Nice.
Like, like you fucking killed him. Like there's like that rules as written. He has taken negative 34. He is
I was about to say,
dead.
how many times dead is he? So, he's dead twice.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Yep. You almost
I don't
tripled
think
his
there was
health.
any non-lethaling that dude with your attack.
So I can I mean maybe I shouldn't have power attacked. Maybe that was
Oh my god. He's like, I want to bludgeon this man to death. Let me just get my brass knuckles on first, you know?
No. I love the idea of like he's just gonna I'm just gonna knock him out. Caves his fucking skull in.
and
Oh.
I can continue moving to there. Can I
Alright,
free action ask this final dude to give up?
Yeah, like a swift intimidate sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Well,
He just clocked his friend so hard he died.
yeah, you can roll intimidate.
It's like not even you didn't even have the dignity of hitting them with the lance side. You fucking just clocked him.
What do you say? Or do you just give him a look or what?
Give up or end up like them.
Immediately throws the crossbow that's in one hand and the short sword in the other on the ground and goes, I assume you're the one that killed the cow.
Cow?
The Minotaur.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? If you say a cow, this crystal person off to the side
It says Minotaur.
and then this person's probably like, the fuck?
He goes, listen, I don't know where the fuck I am. We just saw you in the warehouse and you weren't supposed to be there. So we followed you because you weren't supposed to be there. I'm sorry. I didn't shoot. Check my crossbow. I didn't shoot. It didn't go like it was just them. I was following them.
We're gonna tie you
It
up
ju-
just to make
Just
sure.
means he couldn't shoot. What's up?
Yeah. I gestured for him to come over because I said, oh, I'm going to tie him up just to make sure.
Roll a intimidate or a persuasion to convince him to come over because he's on the borderline of just turning and running.
They're both 0. So I'm going to go with intimidate because that's more going off what he did. And hopefully
Yeah.
that's a 3.
You say, "Come here." I'm going to tie you up to be sure. He turns and starts running.
Oh,
Why would
man.
you? Okay.
You got an opportunity to tell you, man. Non-lethally, of course.
No, he's actually out of Neil's range right here.
I've got lance, so I've got range. I've got
Oh! You bop him as he goes.
yeah.
Okay. -4, but I think +1 for having the high ground. I have the high.
So this is
We make that
power
joke all the time with
attack.
our puppy. My backyard has like a big rock in it, but it's not like it's like maybe off of like the dirt. It's maybe like this high up off. Is the puppy always goes onto it when playing with
Yeah.
bratwurst, and we're always I have the
Just so
high.
you know, Norway has a good point. It's a power attack.
Oh yeah, it has to be a power attack. It has to be. But luckily it's not a charge, so you don't have the doubling damage.
Yes, because
fine.
killing him twice last time was the problem. Not killing him once, killing him
Don't worry,
twice.
don't worry about it. It's fine. So this is a mounted power attack.
We already know 17 hits. You knock him unconscious.
Unk.
Well, I'm glad I didn't murder that man, to be honest.
No. I'm gonna come over and tie him up. And drag him over. You know, I'm gonna drag him over to here and tie him onto the rope that's tied to the tied to the pillar.
Cool. Done and done.
All right, pillar time.
At the risk of being a incorrigible bastard, could Galen just check through the pockets of those men's? And also,
no, Galen
can
will,
you hand me
actually.
one of their hand crossbows? I don't know whether I can use that, but I've got no ranged weapon, and there are times where
Yeah,
would
no,
be
Galen
useful.
would quite happily grab one of those up and hand it to you.
Thank you.
Plus the bolts, obviously, with it.
They're
How do I-
definitely they've got potions of cure light wounds on them. 100.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it.
Yeah,
all
they
of
got
them.
Cure Serious right there.
All right. So they have fairly beat up looking armored coats as like the armor that they wear. As for weapons, they have again beat up looking hand crossbows. Those don't look like they're in great shape. I mean, they work, don't get me wrong, but they're fairly beat up. And they each have
Yeah,
a short sword.
I notably don't give him the crossbow from the one who said I didn't fire.
As for the rest of the equipment, I'll let you go ahead and just roll like a 5d6 to see how much gold, and a 7d8 to see how much silver. I don't usually work in copper unless it's high quantities.
Such a snooty man, Scott. Yeah, don't usually work. in
Oh, that's not too
copper.
bad.
The second one was supposed to be 78.
Pardon?
Second one was supposed to be 78.
Oh, okay.
Where do I see
There you go.
what weapons?
So it's 25 gold, 36 copper. Oh, sorry, silver.
Yep.
All right, you tie him up. You look through their pockets. You find that stuff. They have some decent stuff. You have no idea who they are. This guy's unconscious. You can't really talk to him. I imagine you are you going to jump the gap to go back over there? I mean, obviously you fly, Galen.
Yep. I float
And-
back over.
Yeah,
Tristan, it's
Carrot
very, very simple athletics check or whatever it's called for Carrick. Yep, super easy. Easily makes that jump. Worst case scenario, you could have always done your weird floating ability. So easily makes the jump, and you guys are back over here. I imagine you're leaving her unconscious, and you want to start making your way towards the cave.
Yeah. So, I think Viggo should stay here. stay out of the range, like the possible range of the
Definitely
Doom
gonna do
aura.
that. Yeah.
I'm gonna stay exactly 30 feet away from the pillar that we've chosen, which is
Crossbows are exotic.
hand crossbows are exotic.
I mean, it
That
makes
is-
sense. It makes sense, like from the purpose of it being a hand crossbow. It's like it's a small advanced piece of tech, but it doesn't make sense why these ruffians have them, unless they don't have proficiency.
Well, a lot of classes do actually give proficiency in hand crossbows, like bards and rogues and whatnot. Somebody might also invest a feat into it, or what have you. But they're not good. The hand crossbows are also usually 100 gold pieces. These ones are not 100 gold. They're beat to hell. So, anyways, moving on. So,
Of course, at some point during the downtime, I would have taken a moment to get my focus back again, just so I have 2 focuses again.
And I do want to be clear, now that you're coming back up here, because a bunch more time has passed, the fog is finally dissipated. So what you're seeing now as you move up into it is what you're actually seeing up here. It's not like, well, you can't really see that because the fog's in the way. Like, you can actually see it.
Actually, I'd probably be over here because I want to be at the side that. So the pillar is that's the pillar there, right?
Yeah, you can move up. Yeah, you can move up or whatever, so you can see what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I just want to see what so there, that's too close. My best bet, honestly, is to be from this side, but if we're attacking the side that's close to it, I assume I have to see that side, right?
Yeah, if the fog's gone as well, Viggo yells out to Galen. Does it say anything? Is there anything written on there that you can see now?
I assume I don't understand the language because I think I know what.
Correct, you don't. But what you do notice is this: while the you can tell that the carvings into the stone sarcophagus are very old. You can tell because the sharp edges. You've been to a graveyard. You know when something's freshly carved. Hell, even sometimes when something's 100 or even 200 years old, if it's a tombstone that was done very well on quality stone and well preserved or whatever, it still has an edge to it where the carving was put in. But those tombstones that are like 200 years old or older, or if they're done poorly, that edging has long since eroded down, and that's the case here, where the edging on the letters of a language that you don't understand have long since eroded down and lost their sharpness to them. They are not as deep comparatively as they would be, so it's not as easy to make out the individual symbols or characters. But more than that, it's very faded. But inside that lettering, it seems as though it was gold plated, like gold was actually put inside there. So whoever made this sarcophagus clearly had wealth because they inlaid it with gold.
Just as a note, I would actually have gone up to have a look at it to tell him all this. Where I'm positioning is I'm just figuring out where I'm going to be, where I attack the pillar from, sort of thing. That's where I was just figuring out there. So I would have relayed all of that to you, basically, in as much detail as possible.
Okay. Someone of importance. Okay, might fit for Dreyfus, so that's what we need to know.
At the very least, we'll be ruining the day of one of his lackeys. Which, that itself will be good.
Trust me, this must be an important lackey.
I'm guessing by that, pointing to
the ruined sarcophagus.
I think, unfortunately, I think it's quite likely this might be his. And he's going to be very, very angry when he gets back.
Quick escapes.
Let's get ready to do this.
So what is your approach to trying to attack this pillar? How are we actually trying to do this? I know Neil was saying that the Carrick was going to more or less just, straight, testosterone through it. Just like, I'm the stallion. Like, but I don't know what the actual plan here is.
I was about to ask Neil how he was planning to do. I'm planning to just attack with crystals because that's the best damage I can do because energy attacks don't do as much as I thought they would. I'm going to amp the attacks up at least twice on the big attacks.
I've marked the weakest spot and the spot we need it to kind of crack and break away for it to fall in the direction that it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the way it works is there is actually, so you don't have to hit an AC, because hitting the pillar is, I mean, it's a large immovable object. I mean, unless you're, what's the range of your attack?
Mine's 30 feet.
And how far are you hanging off?
30 feet.
Oh, okay. So if you're actually attacking across a distance, not more or less just standing next to it, if you're doing that, then you actually do have to make an attack roll. But it's an AC because of its size and its lack of mobility and whatnot. Its AC is literally a 3. So if you roll a natty 1, you miss. But the important thing to note is because he's marked where the best spot is, if you roll a natty 20, you can actually are able to do double damage. Because that's how it works, right?
Okay. I think my plan is I can do a big boom attack where I do 46 2d8 plus 7 damage. And I want to save that for when we think it's about to break, get them out of the room. I'm going to throw it and fucking leg it.
Okay. And so you're using your energy attack, correct?
No, because my energy attack actually does less damage in this in the end.
Does it?
Yeah, you said it did like a quarter damage or something.
No, most energy attacks do half damage. Yours does not. Because you're using Sonic. No. Remember, we've talked about this a bunch of times. Yeah. So energy attacks do half damage unless it makes sense, like fire on wood. Sonic,
okay, that I am doing Sonic. I thought you were saying earlier that I am doing Sonic. In which case, I can do a 66 big boom. Actually, I can do a bigger boom than that. I can do a.
And you want to do the biggest boom as the last attack because you wanted to blow it towards the whatchamacallit, right?
Yes, I could do a 5d6, 7d6, 9d6 hit for the final sort of boom. And yeah, in that case, what I would do is I would actually angle myself over because I thought I was cutting at it rather than hitting it like that.
No, I imagine you are cutting. No, I actually am agreeing with you. I think cutting at it early on. And then for the big one, you do the boom. Yeah.
I'm figuring out where I would position myself for the final boom.
Because you're trying to do like the whole wedge like into a tree, but you're dealing with a rock, which doesn't really work that way. So you're just trying to do the bit you can with sonic damage to do that. Yeah.
In that case, I would actually I'm gonna go here. I would start by being where I was before
and then go there after
with it over here. And then go here when I'm ready to do the big 96 boom to knock it down.
Neil, how are you positioning Tristan and Karak to assist in this?
I also assume he'd be assisting during the cutting part of it, like where we're cutting out the edge.
Oh, I see. I don't think he was cutting. I assumed he was kind of throwing a rope and pulling.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. If he pulled at the same time as
he has a pick. He could take his pick and just start like chipping away at it too. That's totally an option as well.
What makes most sense is to like take out a notch with the pick, and then logically the next step would be to use a rope and Karak to pull. But because it is a game of D&D, I think what actually works better is for me to literally charge it and hit it. Unfortunately, I think that's just what is superiorly effective, right? Because it's got health points.
Well, not even just health points. So there's something called their objects have a hardness. They have health points based off their thickness. We already went over that. At full health, this thing went at 450 health points. Has a hardness of 8. We know that. Cool. Then once it gets to half of its health, which I was saying, this thing looks like if it's not already half health or less, it's close to that. Then it gains something called a broken condition. The broken condition means that at that point in time, break DCs are so much easier. So in theory, what you would want to do is hurt the thing a little bit more so it gains the broken condition. And then literally at the same time you're riding by and doing like the chop with it, he's doing the brrr sonic attack. So he's kind of like taking out that chunk and then you're blowing it back that way. So in theory, you want to ting it first. You want to hurt it a little bit more first. So why don't we allow Tesh to do the first couple of hits?
Yeah, I was going to say that actually is kind of perfect because if he runs down, if he runs down here, hits it as he goes, and then he can just go straight out as I hit the top thing and turn around and leg it.
Yeah, he
Would that
kind of like
work,
rides
Scott?
by and
Does that
he
make
rides
sense?
by and hits it with his pick or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep, as you. He obviously wouldn't do it with his
Okay.
lance, right? Like that doesn't make sense, right?
Okay, so I'll do the first couple attacks.
So I'm just confirming something really quickly. Hardness, energy attacks remains ineffective. Damaged objects. A damaged object remains functional as a broken condition until its hit points, which case is destroyed. Damaged object when not destroyed can be repaired with the craft skill and the number of spells. Yeah. So item that has lost half or more of its health points is the broken condition, and the DC to break it drops by 2. Yep. Just making sure my ruling is correct. All right, cool. So you're just all you're trying to do is because you know that the thing usually has 450 health points, right? And you're trying to get it to beneath 225, which it might already be, but you're not sure. So you're just trying to hurt it some. So why don't you go ahead and make your first from you still being way over here. Make your first couple of attacks, right?
Yep.
I want to state too that when it does start to get a bit like looking like it's going to be broken, the plan is to flee after that the way we came, correct?
Yes.
So I will move the woman up the slopey.
That's a good
thing,
idea. Yeah.
and I'll get ready once Tristan rides up to throw her on the
I was about to
Carrick.
say you should probably stay up there as well. Yeah, to do that.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go up either. Whereas I can fly up and
I
Carrick
I have
Carrick.
spider climb. I'm good.
Oh, you're
So
good?
to be
Never
clear,
mind. Yep.
To be clear, you're going. You want to move over here right now, or are you sticking by to watch?
At when it looks like it's gonna break, like I'll
Yeah.
start moving
When they're
down, get
literally
ready.
when he's going Kya and starting to run and charge, you're like ah, and you turn and you start running immediately. Like I don't want to watch this. I'm good. All right. Okay. Cool. I gotcha. All right. Awesome. So go ahead and make your first attack roll for me, Tash. Let's just get this through.
Okay. So we got. Oh.
Okay, that's absolutely a hit. Cool. Go ahead and roll your damage. Remember, whatever you do, it's not -8. So,
No, it's Sonic. So it's not -8, isn't it?
no, hardness still applies.
You keep changing. Okay, that's confusing.
Okay, I think.
you were
Okay,
gonna
Tesh.
use
Tesh.
the
No.
crystal, you said.
There are two different things, right? So there are two different things that
Yeah.
apply here. Hardness, which is damage reduction,
I
and
know,
and
but,
hold on.
You definitely said the opposite earlier. When
hold on. And
damage,
energy damage does half damage, but not sonic to stone. So energy damage is full damage to stone before applying hardness. Whereas usually, let's say fire damage would do half damage and then
I know.
apply hardness. Yeah.
I know, but what's confused me is that at some stage earlier you definitely said it ignored stone's hardness, which is what confused me.
If I misspoke earlier, I do apologize. It does for things like crystal. It's able to ignore, or glass, because those are weak to sonic, very weak. This is not as weak comparatively. Stone is not anywhere near as
So
weak
then
comparatively.
my crystalline bolts would still be better until I do the big boom, because crystalline bolts have a +7 onto them and 2d8.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I imagine you throw the first, like, and you're like, no, this isn't going to work yet. And then you just say, and then start throwing. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that makes also sense for the cutting side of it. It would be using the crystal to cut into the stone.
Okay.
Then,
Okay, that's a hit. Too bad
That's
you can't crit
better.
on. Too bad you can't crit on 19s. All right, so you do 14 minus 8 is 6. So hold on. I'm trying to keep a running total of what the actual health points were in a second. So I guess I don't have an object doing this. So that's, what did I say? -6. Brings you. Okay, my apologies. I'm good now. Yeah.
and
do another
I
attack.
would also be like watching it in between each shot. Like, okay, does it look at all like there's any sign of faltering, any sign of like cracks or anything going throughout it? Basically, just any sign that it might be broken. If that makes sense.
Yep. No, it does. Make 2 more attacks, and then we'll have Virgil make a check.
Yep, cool.
That's a hit. Minus
Yes, sir.
8 is 4. Okay. Make one more attack.
Oh, it's the wrong
Oh,
dice.
sorry, one more damage. Sorry. Oh, that's beautiful. Jesus. That's 12
better,
points of
yeah.
damage. All right, go ahead and make Virgil make the check. Virgil would obviously go over there and investigate.
Oh yeah, it'd be one of those things where I'd just like pulse the suit to let him go check, and then I'd let him back on. Hey, that's more like
He
it.
goes over there, and it's one of those things where Virgil's able to determine that you literally brought it to exactly just over the threshold. Bring me
Perfect.
to the
That's actually great
threshold.
because that means I just need to hit it like once more with a bit of damage, and I'll know that I put it into broken, and then we can
Yep.
do the thing.
Like, you're pretty sure it's in broken, but if you're like, thanks, Virgil, but just in case, and you do
Well,
it one
like,
more time.
It's one of those things where I thought you said it was like just before broken. No, it's definitely broken now.
It's 2 points past it. It is gains the broken condition.
Perfect. Okay, in that case, I would signal to Tris.
Okay, it's ready. Let's set up.
Yeah, at this point, now that it's getting to that stage, I'm going to take the woman up the slope.
Here we go. Make sure that's 30 feet away. No, that's 35, so I gotta go.
Just waiting for Neil to return so he can be a part of this. I assume you want Neil to literally do the first attack and you to do the second one.
Yeah, so the idea is like he's gonna run down, he's gonna charge down this way, collect it as he goes, and he's gonna keep going.
Oh, that's right. I think what he's technically doing is he's actually not doing damage. I think technically what he's doing is he's charging at it and doing like a break check. And so what you're doing is you're giving him a bonus to
Pushing
his
it
attack roll.
towards, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll have you give him a modifier and do damage.
towards the. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm knocking it towards the sarcophagus. Essentially, is what I want to make sure it does.
Perfect. I just need you to roll a natty 1 on this next attack roll, so things go horribly wrong.
Why would you say that?
Because I'm an asshole. So Neil's queuing up to make his charge attack to do his break check. But before he does that, we'll have you kind of like get him queued up. Neil, you can move your mini to wherever you need it to be to do your charge attack. I mean, I assume you're doing a lateral. So like if you're large sized, fuck, I always forget I can't change size.
No,
with that
I
one.
was saying, no, he's gonna go. Scott, we said he was gonna go this way, so he can go straight out of the range of the Doom range.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. I was just getting him up there and bigger.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying he was going this way, and I was like, that's not right.
Nope, that's fine. So he'd be able to run along, and because he has, he'd be able to attack that thing.
And I'm obviously flying, so I can be above where I would be above the height that would affect him running under me. Just so you know. Scott.
Yep, you're good. Yep,
cool.
you're good. You're. I remember the positioning. You guys are fine. So Neil, you're getting ready. You're queuing up to make your charge stack or whatever. As you're queuing up to do that, you know, obviously you're on Karok. We'll just have him here as like a pretty little token. Tesh, you go ahead and make your final attack roll. This is going to be your super saiyan, super powered, super everything energy attack.
It's amped up with everything.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll me that 91, please?
Oh, that scared me. That
Oh, I saw it. I was like, I see a 1. I see a 1.
Oh, that scared me so bad.
I got so titillated right there. I was so excited. I was like, roll 20 giveth, roll 20 taketh away. Roll 20 just takes from me though. They just take from me.
All
right.
I think actually you take it from roll 20.
Apparently.
Those extra dice, no matter what they do, they tease in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it's painful. All right. So, anyways, you absolutely you hit. Go ahead, give me your big kablooey.
Oh, okay. So it is 9.
And we know that we're minusing 8 from the grand total of whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
You can expend Sonic Focus with this too, right?
Yes. That's why
Okay.
it's 96. It's because it's 5. I'm spending 5 power points to give it 5d6 extra. Then I'm spending my Psionic Focus to add the 2d6 on top of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, perfect sense. So what is your max power points when you're fully charged, by the way?
13.
And what are you at now?
This will put me to 0. 15.
Oh, cool.
15. This will put me to 0.
Perfect. Cool. Thank you.
That's why this is the maximum damage I can do. What? Oh. Wait, /R. Oh. I did it in Twitch chat and I was like, what /R isn't recognized? Ooh, okay, so that's 31 sonic damage to knock it in the direction of the sarcophagus as he does his thing.
Does that include your close range ability, your point blank shot?
Yeah, that's the +2.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So 31 minus 8, right, is going to be 23.
Yep.
Okay, so it takes 23 points of damage, blowing it that way. Effectively giving Neil, you're going to take for your strength check, for your break DC, you're getting a +2 because you're charging, unless you have another ability that I'm not familiar with. You're also going to get an additional +3 from him for smashing it with sonic damage at the same exact time. Does this apply to break DCs or no? Doesn't look like it. Melee attack rolls, yeah, it doesn't look like it. So you have +2 for charging, which is a normal rule, and a +3 from him. So your strength check has a +5. Oh, I'm sorry. I know we're retro here, but obviously you guys aren't fucking idiots. Were there any potions or anything that Jake could have applied that would have modified this? Like, does he have a bold strength he could have given, or anything along those lines?
That.
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, okay.
If Neil doesn't have one, I will definitely give over one of them.
I do not.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does that add to my strength?
Your strength becomes 4 higher, which increases the modifier by 2, obviously.
That's
And then
fantastic.
whatever you roll, feel free to just mental math a +5 afterwards if that's easier for you. It's, up to you, sir, for what's easiest.
So 1d20 plus my strength plus 5. I don't
Correct.
get why am I getting 2 from charge?
When you charge attack to
automatic.
break an object, you get a +2.
Oh, I
As-
didn't
as
realize
rules
that
is
was
written.
actually a rule. Okay.
Yep. So if you charge a door or whatever. So Neil, your strength is currently 4 higher than its natural.
Does Carrick help in any way because he's charging on Carrick?
No.
Okay.
Do you have the bull strength buff?
Yeah, I could probably put that on.
Yeah, just do that. It's probably easier.
Yeah, and then +5 on top of all of that, which we
Full
can add
strength.
afterwards.
It did nothing. I've not set it up properly.
Yeah, +4 enhancement bonus to strength.
So
Sorry if I'm touching something I didn't mean to.
you are, yeah.
If you want to set up bull strength quickly, you can just do
Can I?
plus
can I-
4 to strength, and it'll work, and then you can fix
Right
it
there.
later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Can I?
Because your strength is normally at 20. Like you naturally have a
Yeah,
20
yeah,
strength.
yeah.
Cool. Okay, and then you know it's 5 on
5.
top of that. So that means you're sitting at a 23. You know that the DC was really fucking high. It's slightly reduced because it's damaged. You rolled a 23. Do you want to modify that with a
no.
luck die?
I won't hit it. I won't hit a high DC, so I may as well just try again
No,
and save the luck die for the next try.
We've got enough luck
Just
dice.
try.
I can't put luck dice on this one because I can't do another big blast. So that's it for
Yeah,
for
but
me.
your damage is already done.
But he's also directing where the
I'm
pillar is
directing
falling.
it to the thing.
Just
in
do
this
it and
hit.
try.
Okay. So my apologies. You're at a 25 for the check. So what happens is you ride by and you absolutely fucking smash this thing. You can feel the whole thing quivering from his sonic blast. You can see your pick or whatever you're using smashing through the stone. You can see it quake. You feel you can feel that this is, as Norman mentioned beforehand, a load-bearing pillar. Like you can see fissures and cracks running up along this thing because it is so beat to shit. It has so much weight bearing down in a smaller and smaller and smaller area, right? But after everything's said and done, and you've ridden by, and what the fuck's his name? Gallon has already started his retreat, and everything's said and done, and blah blah blah. You guys have moved away. You stop and you look back, and you're like, it's still standing. Rubble has fallen and whatnot, but it is still standing. It did not fall.
Okay, well we'll get it. We'll get in position to try again. I won't be able to do nearly as much to help this time, but I can still.
Do you have cognizance
something.
crystals to recharge some of your power points?
I do have a cognizance crystal, yes. So I can do a biggish boom.
I don't know how much you can recharge with that. I don't know what you have in there.
I had 2, so I can do 2d6,
Expensive.
46, 66.
You guys definitely heard rumbling and whatnot. Like this thing is absolutely hurting.
Yeah.
So give me 1 second,
So
because
let's-
you nearly hit the break DC with that.
Then let's try it again. Hopefully it'll be ready to go this time.
Just to keep track. Cool. 200 out of 450, not including whatever Neil did to it. Just because we're keeping track. All right, cool. So Neil, how does Tristan say anything? How does he feel? Does he want to just go back and rinse and repeat, try again?
I don't know. I mean, mechanically, if it's just got 200 HP, if like Tesh and I hit it for 2 more turns, we destroy it.
In theory, maybe.
I think you guys got the best plan with Tesh directing it and you pulling it.
Yeah, but he's already used all his power points to direct it.
No, I can do. It's a little bit weaker, but I can do one that will fully expend me of everything. There were 2
And
points
it's
that I couldn't
weakened now.
spend.
Is it,
Yeah,
would it not
Sorry,
just
go
be
on.
better to lower its health pool significantly and just get Tesh to direct it with the Sonic?
the way he said it works is the broken like the DC for like pushing it down is not going to get lower because it's in the broken state.
No, I know. And I'm not saying we push it down using its DC. I'm saying we literally kill it. It's got 200 HP. It's actually easier for us to do 200 HP's worth of damage than it is for us to hit a 30 DC. Because it can't dodge us. And each of us are doing 30 to 50 damage per turn.
Okay. Well, I mean, does that make sense, Scott?
Yeah, he's saying we can just keep smashing it. The issue with just keep smashing it is you don't know the actual health point count. I just put it there for the sake of me. Your characters don't know. So you have a chance of smashing this thing and not being prepared to run away. So the plan that you currently have is the plan to be able to just get the fuck out. You know what I mean?
If we're in the AoE, when that thing goes off, we're dead.
I mean, it's
Like-
it's really simple though, because you just stand there preparing to do your Sonic attack, and that's all you do. And I repeatedly charge past it, doing damage repeatedly. And when it starts to go, you blast it to make sure it goes in the right direction, and then peace.
In theory, that could
Okay.
work. That's assuming there's no complications along the way. But in theory, yeah, rinse and repeat.
Okay,
Why
then I
don't
guess
why don't you guys just try it one more time? If it fails, then you can always do that.
Okay, but it will use all of Tesh's resources. won't it?
No, but Tesh is fine with that though, because if you're going back to your version, rinse and repeat, he just throws his crystals anyways, right?
Yeah, but then he doesn't have the Sonic damage to actually
To direct
the
it,
Sonic
yeah.
actually has a forcible effect. It's
Oh,
like force
yeah. But again,
damage,
because
get
you
what I
don't know
mean?
how many health points it has, you don't know when that's going to happen anyways.
Yeah, but he's just waiting there. He's not dealing damage. He's just waiting, ready to.
Oh,
so
you're
as soon
saying
as it
literally
starts
prepare in
crumbling,
action. Gotcha.
He just
You know what? That
claps
actually
it.
does make sense.
I mean,
Wait,
it does and it
prepare an
doesn't though,
action.
because once again, you can still fuck up. You can still miss. You can still fail. There's things that could go wrong along the way. I'm not telling you not to do it. Again, it's a sound plan, but it's again, things can go wrong that you're not prepared for. Whereas the other way, you're already planning to retreat, which is what Jake's doing. Jake's being
But-
like,
but-
I don't want to
but-
take chances.
The most important bit here isn't the retreat, because if we get out there but we fail to destroy the sarcophagus, so what?
Well, that's still better than us. If we get that double, if we destroy the sarcophagus, but then we all die.
Yeah, but we're not all gonna die. Like
That
it's not
that
the ceiling
exhaustion is
isn't
really
gonna
bad.
the ceiling isn't gonna fall quick enough. Like
That's not what I'm worried about. The
I mean, yeah,
AoE
chunks of
exhaustion
ceiling.
is what I'm worried about.
the
Yeah,
AoE.
the
what?
minus 6
Exhaustion.
strength and dexterity cannot run or charge. It's not
Yeah,
the fact
yeah,
that
yeah.
you. It's
We will-
if
we
there
will
are
get
any other
fucking
dangers.
caught.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if there's any other dangers, you guys are like if there's no other dangers, if you
will-
just can go home and take a nap, you're fine. But if
yeah, but
not,
we will have triggered an alarm. So
Yeah.
that's the other thing.
Yeah, but
We need.
that's like, I don't see how that spell is going to be mitigated with the different, like, they're the exact same tactic effectively.
Well, no, our tactic gets us out. The tactic
And
that
so
we were
does
doing
that
before
tactic,
gets
though.
you and I out of the way before
Because
that thing
I'm doing the
crushes.
exact same thing, and you're
No,
doing
no,
the
you
exact same thing.
you won't get out of the way as fast.
Why not?
Because
Because
'cause
I'm
you're gonna be
charging
sitting
by
there
and hit.
hammering
No,
on
I'm
it.
not sit. No, because I'm not going to sit there and hammer it. I'm going to charge past it because that's how I deal significant amounts of damage as a cavalier. So I'm just going to repeatedly charge past it while you sit there waiting, and then as soon as it starts crumbling, like a tree, it starts going.
Okay, that
you're
makes
going
more
to go
sense.
clap.
Doing the exact
and-
same thing,
and
except
fast
it's not
in the
quite
right
like a
direction.
tree because it's collapsing down. I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
no.
But not quite
that-
like a tree, because at some point in time, it just gets to the point of no return, and it just collapses
Yeah.
beneath the
No,
tension.
Neil,
but
Neil
it's
does
it's
make
not
sense,
gonna
actually.
it's not gonna crumble in on itself because it's a stone pillar. It's masoned. I'm dealing damage at the bottom. That's where it's gonna break, and then eventually, it will crumble down in pieces, unlike a tree. Do I see a little tail?
Oh, Bratwurst is here. She's asking for attention.
Yeah, so I misunderstood what Neil meant. That Neil's thing does make sense because
Again,
he is
assuming there's no
essentially doing
complications,
this-
you're fine.
Yeah,
But that's
That's-
exactly the same as the other plan. Like, assume there's no
it's the same
complications.
except
and
I'm
we're
Sure.
fine,
waiting
right?
to do the boom.
Sure.
So it actually does make sense.
So
we'll
this
do
is
it
so
that
the
way.
plan is for Neil to just keep doing charge attacks. Cool. I'm fine with us doing it that way instead of break DC, but I need Neil to make his attack rolls.
Might, because otherwise, if we fail to do it this turn, then we're losing, like, the chance, right? Because
Yeah.
In theory.
Tesh loses that sonic directing force.
Yeah,
In theory.
I think I agree because the most important thing is that pillar falls on the sarcophagus.
So let's just sum this up so we can move on, because don't forget, I can't stay all the way to 11. I have a call exactly at 11, and my boss has already been messaging me. So the plan is to now do attack instead of the one big boom, correct? Cool. I'm sure nothing
And
will
then
go
I'm
wrong.
I'm
So-
saving my big boom for when it starts to crumble to knock.
That's
it in
perfectly
the
fine.
direction of the-
Neil, roll me your first attack roll.
This might damage my lance, but whatever.
Oh, your lance will inevitably get damaged from just hitting stone over and over and over again. There's no doubt about that. But that's easily replaced. That's cheap compared to what you guys make. So, all right, that's absolutely a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Holy
Cool.
fuck.
I'm gonna use let me just use this token right here to keep track of my health in a way that I can actually watch. So this is sorry. Okay. Okay, go ahead, you do it again. Go ahead. Okay, before you do that, do it one more time, just like we did beforehand. 3 checks, and then we can stop and have the crystal do an engineering check.
Oops.
Go ahead. Crits don't matter, but you're good.
They do matter, remember?
If he was doing a Sonic thing, I was going to do something thematic, but you can't technically critical hit an object.
I marked where they need to hit, and you said if they crit, it
Oh.
does double.
He's not doing it the same way though. He's doing something different. He's not swinging from the same side.
Okay, yeah.
So if you remember, you were more or less cutting into it on this side, and he's not attacking on this side. He's attacking like this. You know what I mean?
All right, you're
So it
good.
doesn't work quite the same. Otherwise, give me half a tick here. Why aren't you working? Thank you. And then go ahead and make your engineering check. But before you make your engineering check, let me do something real quick. Okay. Before you make your engineering check, when you make that last attack, a large chunk of stone falls from up top. Just the sheer amount of damage you're doing, the vibrations, the shifting of stuff, the fact that this area down here is fucking old as shit and eroded, up by the top of the pillar over to where it even meets the ceiling a little bit, because everything's kind of shifting. All the weight is being stressed. The stone up top, as weight is being shifted, is being pulled apart a bit. And so a chunk of stone ends up falling down. As the chunk of stone ends up falling down, we have a chance that things go fucking sideways. I will let Jake choose somebody in chat to roll a D100. Low is bad.
Brain.
Fuck.
Did you hear me?
I heard you. You said green.
Okay,
It's
good.
just going to take him a moment to respond.
There's a chance this lands
Low is
on the sarcophagus too, right?
That's what
bad.
you're rolling for.
That's bad. It probably won't break it, and it'll set off all the traps.
It might.
Oh,
break
D100.
it. He's
No,
had a
D100.
large chunk of stone.
Yeah, I'll be within range.
Oh yeah.
So if this lands on the sarcophagus, I'm fucked.
So it 100% falls down and it smashes. I'll just grab a bit of rock to throw there for funsies. Scroll up. There we go. ROCK. It 100% smashes and lands on the ground. We're talking missed the sarcophagus by centimeters. Like nearly
fuck.
hit the thing, nearly smashed into it. As it hits the ground and explodes, definitely rubble smashes against the sarcophagus, but it does not go down. And you're pretty sure any more hits like this are going to hurt are going to have similar effects. You know it's beat to fuck. You don't know how beat to fuck it is. Great. Sorry, Tesh, go ahead and have your thing roll. Why can't you find the fucking word rock?
That +1 is. Fuck yes.
Are you happy with your 18, or do you want to modify it?
I'm a luck it. I want to know exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
So looking at the amount of damage that's on this thing, and just knowing that fairly consistently how much damage he's able to do and how much damage you can likely do, you're pretty sure if both of you attacked together, you're pretty sure right now this next attack can take it out. However, if either of you have a misgiving, it's a hard maybe. It's a hard maybe. So because you got a 22, I'm going to say this. You guys could do the big kaboom now, and it most likely will work as long as you both hit and roll decent. However, it might miss, in which case you're fucking just used your moment. You could potentially try to hit it with a couple of crystals once or twice first to weaken it a little bit more, but same as him doing his big kabooms, it could have a negative effect.
What do you think?
I think we go for the big kaboom now.
I
We
think
got
so too.
relatively
That's what
lucky
I
with
was
that. I'm
thinking.
guessing that was a 50-50 chance.
I think so as well. Yeah. I think we go for the
I was
big
going to drop
boom.
rubble, but fucking Roll20 doesn't want to provide for me the things I'm typing into it.
let's do
Scott's
it.
trying to drop rocks, you will die.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm trying.
pretty much. So yeah, let's do the big kabooey.
Okay, so you're going to take this moment now to hopefully do it. I hope one of you boys roll a 1 and things get awesome for me. All right. It makes sense that Neil would do it first because of how everything was described. Neil, you go ahead and
Yeah.
make your attack roll.
Because if he missed, I might be able to hold back my attack. Oh, but he doesn't miss at all.
There's some rubble.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Here we
Jesus.
go.
Give me half a tick. Give me half a tick. I got to do my math real quick. The things are just really slow.
We're good. We're good.
We're good.
Good.
Wow, that's funny. Neil, that damage is that's funny.
That's
Okay.
disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is Cavalier? I mean, like, admittedly, I'm useless in every other situation, right? This is like one of the few mechanical situations I've actually been able to use my skills, right?
Oh,
Because
that's good
I've got no
damage too.
skills.
That's good damage too to knock it in the right direction.
So is that 20? Was that 17 then? Right? Yeah, 17. Okay, so Neil's last attack brought it down because it was such a big attack to only 2 health points. This
That's
was the
so
final attack.
perfect.
So it goes and it fucking goes. Now you were
And now we
preparing an
let it-
action, which means you don't get to immediately run away because you were preparing an action, right? So you do your blast. This thing has its own radius. You don't know. You know that's from here is where it would go. You know that 30 feet is likely the safe spot. So Neil hits the thing, but because he has
So there's no
the ride by
time from the start, because the idea was I always that I throw the attack and run. I don't wait to see the result.
No, of course, yeah, obviously, but you're prepared action, right? So you throw the
Yeah.
attack, and then afterwards you run. Yes, but hold on one second. Neil, however, gets to do a ride by attack. So it's literally one of those. 5, 10, 15,
Oh,
20,
he's gone. Yeah.
25, smashes the thing. But then because it's a charge attack, 30, 35, 40, 45. Around now is where you're finally throwing your attack. 50,
Yeah.
55, 60, 65. Let's just call it 70 for the sake of stepping down. 75, 80,
Oh,
90
I
because you're diagonal.
I can only straight line.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So you'd stop literally
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you would blast that thing and you would see that huge pulse or what is it, explosion of energy kind of coming out everywhere. You know what I mean? As it's
But so the thing falls. It wouldn't go. It would go.
correct. So what
I
happens
have
is
time to run.
a bunch. Correct. So what happens is a bunch of the pillar breaks and whatnot, and it starts to crumble. And so like it doesn't just go right. It crumbles around its base, and even some of the top would break off as it's no longer being supported. You've sent cracks up and down the thing the entire way. It also breaks a bit funny too, because as Nora was mentioning beforehand, the fact that it's made out of stone that has metal inlined into it, because it's that old mole style structure. That has the metal inlined into it, that it breaks off in these weird kind of chunks, right? Almost like if you see safety glass being broken. It breaks off in these weird kind of chunks as the thing falls over. As it's falling over, bits of the ceiling immediately start coming down. Not a bunch, though. You can imagine not a bunch. But some of the ceiling starts coming down immediately that was being supported by that. And you can imagine over time, even more will come. And then the pillar, as it's kind of like wavering going, you hit the thing, it's like boom. And it just starts to tip, boom, and smashes down on the other side. You're already turning and trying to get the fuck out of there.
Very much so.
Tristan, you're already at full speed, so I need nothing from you. You succeed. From Tesh, I need a reflex save.
That is perfectly fine. Oh, that's I'm locking that. I'm locking that.
Okay.
14.
So bits of rubble are falling all around the various parts of the cavern, as you can imagine, because literally the whole ceiling is shaken. So anything that was already loose from erosion or whatever beforehand is falling. You're able to duck and weave, like move to the side. So rubble hits you, but nothing that actually hurts you. You know what I mean? Just little pebbles or whatever falling on your head. So that might be like if it was your bare head, you're like, ah, fuck. But nothing that would actually do damage, right? So anyways, you guys are able to retreat as this thing smashes that ground. And you're not staying to check things out. You're immediately fleeing the fucking situation.
Yeah, no. If it was hauling in the right direction, which I'm pretty sure it was, I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge.
I need you guys to go ahead and make me a perception check as you're getting the fuck out of Dodge. You take a -5 because you're distracted, because you're not giving a fuck about this. That's fine.
Yes, back to being
factor.
useless. -5 on that.
So you have a 15. How are you doing with your 15 there, Tesh? You want to modify that? You want to see if you can get a little bit better?
Modify it, please.
Yeah, I think it's worth it in this sitch.
Hey, 19.
You know,
I always make Virgil help, but because you rolled it out of nowhere, can Virgil help with this?
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Cool.
That's very fair.
I love having an extra set of eyes. He can't help.
No. He actually gets in your way. You can't see him. He's just blocking your vision. Like,
So
no!
he literally
No!
can't because he's in the suit.
Like, no, get out of the way. Yeah, he just happens to puts up on
He
your
occupies that
HUD.
spot, yeah.
Yeah, like right on your HUD. He's just kind of like, oh, hey, check this out. He shows you like a picture of his cat.
Pop up. Fun fact: the pillar is breaking weirdly because of the metal. No, go away.
It's funny.
It's like have like the Republic Commando screen cleaner. Virgil's like, and it's just, and he's just like, no!
So as Gallon is retreating, he's able to see, and rubble is falling over there, and I'll drop more rubble onto it and make adjustments to the map later on. You can see that as a big chunk falls and smashes into the thing, and the big like boom, kind of goes off, those explosions of energy, you're running, and you turn and you look back, and you swear you see almost like a purple fog or mist or something like that coming out of the sarcophagus as you're making your way.
Get the fuck out.
You swear you almost see it, because the way it works is that vampires must sleep during the day. But if you disturb their sleep, directly disturb their sleep, not just be in the vicinity, because they have to rest within their thing. They're not They can't just get out for nothing. If you directly disturb their rest, because they don't sleep actually. If you directly disturb their rest, they 100% can come out and defend themselves in their domain.
Okay. You
Oh,
both
God.
hear in your heads, fucking run.
Yep. So, yep. So you absolutely see like a Mr. Fog or what have you starting to come out. And as we are starting this run getaway scene, we should probably end the session here.
Oh, you
'Cause
motherfucker.
I mean, like, I have to go and get ready for work. I got to go pee real quick and what have you. And, you know, but yeah, you guys are like, oh, hey, we're beat to shit and are all out of PowerPoints and various other, oh, hi, puppy. I was like, what's wet on my hand? On our, all sorts of PowerPoints out of all of our abilities. Let's choose now to fuck with the big boss man. Cool.
Well, to be fair, what we thought was doing the setup for the final fight, not the final fucking fight. The whole idea was to get rid of this, then we do the final fight because
It's
there's
all right,
nowhere for
we're
it to
running.
go.
We're going. We're
Yeah,
getting out of
we're
here.
fucking running.
I mean, we can all run fast too, right?
Yeah, there's also the
Yeah, I'm
decision
fairly
whether
certain you're
I...
the slowest, Viggo. So like,
But he's
I
also
don't
way
need-
ahead.
I don't need to outrun the vampire. I just
Listen,
need to
I've
outrun
got-
you.
Hey, I've got 60
say
feet
that.
of movement. Hey, no. 60 feet of movement, right? Invisibility, no scent. Good luck, buddy.
I can go into the water. He can't follow me there.
It's back to Tristan again.
Yeah, but like he'll corner me, and then Carol will just start going above the fog.
The good news is the first rounds that it's in its gaseous form, it only has a move speed of 20 feet, which is
Oh, that's
limited.
good. That's very good.
Which is limited comparatively. And then it also takes a standard action to transform away
Oh,
from
if
it.
we had been hit by that exhaustion, we'd be fucking dead.
So you can imagine
100%.
first round literally brings it to here. Oh, let me bring it so chat can see better. First round literally brings it to here, right? Second round would bring it to here, which is probably a safe spot where it can then transition into its corporeal form as a standard action, right? And then finally on its turn, well, it moves significantly faster than just 20 feet.
Yeah,
right?
I've already encountered how fast it moved. God, I
Yeah.
hope it doesn't catch me. I think it'll kill me in one turn.
I think its base speed
It'll
is
probably kill me in one turn.
Yeah, its base speed's 60. So in one turn, assuming it can double move, in one turn it'd be able to go.
Its base speed 60? Fuck.
Yeah, it'd be able to go. Oh, sorry, I couldn't show it from chat. So let me make this so chat can see everything. Its first turn would go from here to here. Second turn would be here to here and transform. Then its third turn, it would go boom. So 60 to 180 I need to get to here. And then its fourth turn, it would go 180 plus 120 is I need to get to 300. So
I might
hold on.
need to go in the water, boys.
I mean,
Avoid
if we manage to get
Barbarian.
outside, then it'll be fine. I'll just turn around. I'll call a crit, and I'll just crit him. It'll be fine. I'll challenge him. I'll crit him. It'll be fine. I'll do 200 points of damage in an instant.
Yeah.
And it will be over.
Hey, anybody that plays Pathfinder, how subject to critical hits are vampires? In the meanwhile, anything you want to say, Tesh, so I can get out of here and go pee and get ready for work real quick?
Nope, I got nothing other than follow me on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, mainly Twitter, under the test tube.
Thank you, sir. Very much appreciated. I think Green is forgetting an important detail. The water as it stands, I'm going to move one person. Viggo, where are you? Did you already run away? Probably.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Um,
Did you just remove yourself from the map?
no,
Hey, Zoom.
You can. I'm near those dead people.
Oh, I didn't see. Okay, whatever. So,
You
Yeah,
never moved this lady,
Hey,
but she's
yo.
also up there. As
so the
well.
water
Yeah.
usually stops here, right? This is where it usually stops. And then it's about what did I say? Like a 3-foot climb up to here. And then from here all the way up to here is about another 3-foot incline that happens along the way. And then this is a 4-foot climb, another 3-foot climb. So even from this ledge down here all the way up to where the sarcophagus is, the base of the sarcophagus is a 10-foot height difference. But from where the water usually stops is a 13-foot height difference. And that's to the base of the sarcophagus. The sarcophagus itself obviously wouldn't be exactly where the vampire is. The water would have to go all the way up the edges of the sarcophagus, which is what, another 4 feet or so, and then seep into the rims that are there. So, I mean, you're talking a difference of where the water typically stops during high tide and where it could actually seep into the sarcophagus, being a difference of about 17 feet. That is quite the surge of water
that's probably
to
not
happen
gonna
at the end of tunnels and tunnels of stuff that would slow that down. So floods, how often you get floods like that? That's true. Floods like that happen on the surface, but not through underground caverns where there's counter pressure and whatnot, where you literally have air pressure keeping the water down, right? So, and there's only one place that the air escapes, and that's the one stairwell over there, right? Because there was a second stairwell, but that second stairwell is sealed off. I mean, is it perfectly airtight? Maybe not, but it's sealed off. So either way, all right, cool. So now you're dealing with not just a height difference, but also an air pressure difference as well. Cool. All right. Anyways, we're gonna pop out of here so I can go get ready for work. That was a lot of fun. Hopefully next session we can avoid combat. That way we can get into discovery and RP and whatnot, and not just murderizing. But who knows? Maybe one of you guys end up dying.
Murder for hire.
I was gonna say murder fucking, but either way.
Oh my god.
Either way. So I have to modify the map
very quickly.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna let you boys go. Have yourselves you people go. There's way more than just boys there, right?
BOIS is gender neutral, don't worry.
Yes, except I spell it with a Z, which is excluding all genders.
Yeah,
It excludes every gender.
That's not great.
Yeah. Like I don't want to include anyone. I want to exclude everyone. You know what I mean? So that way it's fair.
But is that full circle?
Yep.
Maximum exclusion is full inclusion.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. Next week, we'll see if there's a conclusion to their story. A sudden and abrupt conclusion.
Full of blood.